So, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Rolling for What. We are currently still in Shaletown, so buckle up.
Hey.
So, if we want to go around and introduce ourselves, not introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
Introduce.
It's Leviosa.
You must enunciate, dear.
Oh, stop it, Ron. Katie, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Katie, pronoun she, her, and I play 84, also she, her. 84 is a little rogue bard who is also a changeling, but instead of changing into people, she changes into inanimate objects. So, my little fact for today, because this week I've actually thought of it ahead of schedule. Crazy. Remembered after the reminder. Thank you for the reminder.
You're very welcome.
I think you were just going to take all the credit for remembering now. I'm like, no, we definitely have a reminder.
No, I am. My brain's not that good. No one would believe me if I claimed that shit.
Nobody other than us knows you.
Yeah, but I'm like, you guys wouldn't believe me.
No.
I feel like 5 episodes is definitely enough to get to know Katie.
Yeah, it's pretty open. Yeah.
My fact for this week is back when 84 was in Monarch and she was under the care of Dima. Dima had the bookshop and she loves books, as we already know. But she used to essentially play a little game where she would go around and change the order of the books so that the first letter of the titles of the books would create words, and she would talk to essentially the other kids with this system. They would each have different bookcases that they took and they would have little conversations until Dima noticed and got angry and had to reorganize everything because we had ruined all of the shop's organization.
That's so good.
Nice.
Chloe, do you want to go next?
Hi guys, I'm Chloe, pronoun she, her, and I play Garina, also she, her. Garina's fun fact for this week is that the reason she met this group, again, they'll know this, but you guys won't. The reason why she found herself in the outer city is because she was following somebody she thought knew what happened to her parents. She derobed him, punched him, and then went into a tavern where she happened to meet everybody else. So yeah.
Derobed him.
She
Yeah.
always
Yes.
derobes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've derobed quite a few
Yeah,
people
it's
now.
always getting them
Yeah.
naked or grabbing them by the balls. It's one or the
Yeah,
other.
there's-
Yeah.
Like, it's
Your
gotta be someone.
signature moves.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah. Ash.
Hello, I am Ash, they, them pronouns, or anything under the sun. And I play Vi Forsworn and Naren, who does not have a surname as far as I'm concerned. Vi is a fallen Asimar druidic monk, and Naren is a tiefling warlock, because classic. And I have a Naren fact this week, which is quite a sad one, is she didn't have many friends, really, like, before. She basically just had her adoptive dad and her partner, and then one other friend, who she thought was her friend and then didn't turn out to be her friend in the end.
You can see the seething in their eyes right now. And just
Yeah.
like the anger growing.
So, yeah, she's not really had anyone in her life long enough to consider as a friend. That's why, like, the ones that she has, she keeps very, very close and wants to look after. But yeah, this is why she's not great at social stuff, even though she's got the charisma for it.
True.
Yeah, good at lying, good at acting.
And I am TJ. I'm your humble DM for this evening, and I play every
This
other
evening?
this evening.
Just
Yes.
this
Who do
evening.
we get next evening?
Ah, you see.
Oh, no.
You'll see.
I
You
was
don't
about to
know.
say, Is Echo taking over finally?
Yeah, I've been grooming her to make sure that she knows everything about this campaign and that she can read all the notes. And
We should probably mention that Echo's a cat.
Yes, not a child.
I don't have a
Not
kid.
a
I
child.
technically is a
Just use
child.
the term
It's
grooming.
basically like looking over
Mm.
looking after a toddler. So my little cat Echo, I probably will show her on screen at some point during these episodes. At one point, if she's not sleeping in a little round corner. I'm gonna send a photo to the chat in a second, actually, because I made a bed out of my jumper because she like sleeps on my jumper all the time because she likes my scent. I've
Aw.
made her a little round bed out of it. Anyway, that's a tangent.
Aw.
I play every other NPC, and I go by he/him pronouns. And the main PC that I play as NPC, I suppose, is Jeannie. She is a little halfling cleric. Under the worship, or used to be at least, under the worship of the Fate Weaver. And her fun fact this week is that her favorite animal is a moose.
Aw,
Oh,
Yeah, she likes meese.
Cute.
She likes meeses.
that's
That
adorable.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
Somehow.
she saw a moose.
I had a moose originally,
Yeah,
not a
it's
mouse.
no moose. Yeah, moose.
No, a moose.
Moose.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just
cool.
refer to a
'Cause when-
gaggle of mooses as meese.
See, I refer to a gaggle of mouses as meeses.
Oh,
So I was like, are we talking
I
about
suppose
moose
yeah.
or
'Cause
mice?
no cheese is for us Mises. I suppose that makes sense.
No
Yeah.
Jesus for us,
That's
Mises.
meeses.
Isn't
I can't
a
wait
gaggle
for
a thing to
Christmas.
do with ducks?
I think it can be anything. I prefer a gaggle of
Okay.
anything.
Sure.
That's a sentence.
I would like a gaggle of cheese.
I would like a gaggle of cheese, please.
Hello, cheese.
Jesus
Yes.
for us Mises. Which makes me look
Yeah.
forward to Christmas because I'm going to be making so many Muppet Christmas Carol references, and I expect you all to do.
It's a while away.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Sorry
while,
to
but-
disappoint.
I'm gonna be getting ready. I'm gonna write them down, put them on my notes on my DM screen. It's gonna be great.
Nice.
And so yeah, she saw a moose when she was younger, and she's been enamored with them ever since.
Hmm.
Love that.
So, are we ready to begin?
No.
No.
I'm really hoping that my mic isn't going to pick up that ice cream machine that's trudging around it.
Oh, I would
Right.
love an ice cream machine.
An ice cream.
Yeah.
Did I say ice cream machine? I'm in an ice cream van.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. Okay.
Yeah, if we can get an ice cream machine in the house.
I'll be so good.
Any
You just
day.
like under
Yeah.
you know.
Oh my god, yeah.
It'll be always broken though.
Mm,
Okay, so
yeah.
the last we left off, the group, you guys, were running from angry crowds who had started to gather after your commotion with the little girl Isla that turned into that horrific creature that you fought in the streets. After running through the streets, you were helped by a man named Andre Petrine, who directed you to his cabin, and upon meeting him there, you discussed a little bit about Shaletown and what's been going on. And he told you that about 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago, the chosen few came in and started babbling on about the one true God, who they refer to as the chosen. And then shortly after that, about 10 years ago, a bright white light hit the town, and suddenly, almost overnight, the town became what it is today, what you can see, what you're experiencing right now. Andre Petrine told you that he would like your help with helping the town and trying to claim it back from whatever it is that is cursing it or keeping hold of it, as it were. He believes that the man who you saw in the tavern, who he's called Father Crawford, has something to do with it, but he thinks it goes bigger. He did ask for your help, but he also said that if you would rather try and find Orin Scrivello by yourself, he would understand, but he can help as he has contacts. Meanwhile, Naren, you
Yes.
left the cabin after realizing that Jeannie and Boris had been left by themselves, and you went to go and try and save them to regroup with them. And upon doing so, you were out past curfew, and you came across a creature that that you knew as the Crooked Man. The Crooked Man tried to pierce your mind, but you managed to push through it. And in the meantime, during that scuffle that you had with him, he did hurt you a little bit. As you ran into the tavern and barricaded the door behind you, you realized that the Crooked Man left you alone once you were inside. As you went upstairs, you greeted Gus, who was sat on the end of Jeannie's bed, looking out, told him to look out as a lookout for the night, and you checked on Jeannie to make sure that she was okay, and you started to get visions peering into your mind, hallucinations almost. As you bedded down for the evening, you all collectively, as separated as you are, you started to have the same dream. We were all gathered in some sort of town square, and there was an immense creature the size of the sky that blocked out the moon. You saw tentacles rising from water that had flooded the streets, and this creature had spoken a word in every language that all of you know, and said the word friend. And upon doing that, Naren, you felt a presence by your side whilst looking up to this entity, put their head upon your shoulder, and give a small giggle, as you've heard her refer to something earlier in the day as brother. And then the darkness hits you. And you wake up. It's not morning, per se. You wake up, you bat your eyes, and you blink, and it's still dark. And you sort of stretch, and you look out of the windows, and you still see the town is dark. It's still seemingly nighttime, but you're awake, and it feels like it should be morning. I need everyone to go ahead and roll a d10 for me.
Oh, where's my dice?
Is this the one I want? Yep.
So
You
am I
wanna roll-
knocking 2 off my sanity, is it?
You're going to want to roll high on this one. If you
I've got a
roll,
6.
whatever you roll, add that to your sanity. You recover it.
Ah.
Ah, 99.
Bad.
I was so proud of my 2. I was like,
So,
yay.
We both
Naren,
got
you're at
twos.
78, right?
Yeah.
You're at
I'm
78
now at
Oh,
77.
77, yeah. Sorry, that's my bad
Yeah.
maths. Garina, you got what, sorry?
6.
6, so that's 99. 84?
That's annoying.
99.
I'm at 91. I got 2.
91, lovely. Okie dokie. And I'm going to put Jam back up to 100 because he was on 99, so he would have rolled. The minimum he could have rolled was a 1. So as morning, I guess, greets you, we're going to cut over to Jam, 84, Garina, and Andre. As 84 and Garina, you wake to see Andre already well awake, has been for quite some time. You see him moving stuff around, and you see him like boiling water in pots, and you see like makeshift ceramic mugs being set up. He sort of looks over to you and goes, good morning. The bell is gonna ring soon, so it'll be safe to go outside. Once I don't suppose you and your friends are gonna come back, because about my offer last night. Regardless of what you do, you're gonna want to head in the same location to start anyway. I just thought if your friend's coming back, I'll wait for her, but if not, I can tell you and you can relay it to them.
I mean, you might as well tell us.
She is coming back, but we can tell her.
Okay,
Hopefully she's coming back. When did she come back?
well, if she got caught
She'll be back.
outside in the curfew and she got by the Crooked Man, she might not know her way
Nah.
back.
No, she's pretty scary. I reckon the Crooked Man would run away.
Let's hope so. I hope so. Okay, you're gonna want to head to the docks. You're gonna want to find someone called the Fox. He
The
can
Fox?
help you. Yeah, he can help you. Head on down to the docks and follow the rabbits. They'll lead you to him. But just go careful, because the Fox's people, they don't really like adults snooping around.
I'm guessing the rabbits are children.
They're drawings on the wall.
Oh.
Kind of a code that the kids use to get back to where they need to, but it can get a little confusing, so just don't lose your way, because those little rascals are a bit elusive.
Good
Aren't
to
they all?
know. What does the fox
Allocation.
look like? And 84 ignores you? She gives you like a slight side eye and nothing else.
He looks and he goes, I've never met him in person. It's only ever notes and writings, but I know that some of the kids, I've heard them refer to following the rabbits to go and see him. So.
Okay. That seems really safe.
It's as safe as you're gonna get around here, I'm afraid. But regardless of what you choose, the fox can help you. Whether you're finding Scrivello by yourself or if you're gonna help out a little bit. But he's very useful.
DJ.
Yeah.
Where is the map of the area?
So it should be. Oh, did I not put it on the thing? I didn't put it on the thing. So it is in the Discord
Party
chat.
handouts.
It's in the party handouts.
In the Discord chat.
I will put
Okay.
it on Roll20 in on the break, actually.
Handout.
Thank you.
No worries.
Nice. I got it.
It's because I'm trying to figure out whether we can go get Naren.
Where currently are we?
You're currently
We're
just
in
outside
Pine
Pine
Heights.
Heights.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
you're like on a hill outside Pine Heights, just before the tree line.
I want to go to Shell Bay
Yeah.
Island. Shell Bay Island.
I mean,
I wanna go
sure.
there.
Why not?
Just because it's on its own. That's mysterious.
Yeah. I mean, I think first we should probably go to the tavern, pick Naren up, and then
Yeah.
head to the docks.
Yeah.
Instead of making her walk all the way back here first.
I kind of love that though.
What, making her walk all the way here?
Yeah.
That means Jeannie has to walk all the way here too.
Oh, that's
I mean-
true. I take it all back.
I will just say as
Yeah.
a reminder, I was going to bring Jeannie back. So, like, Naren will be first thing bringing Jeannie back.
That just means we'll meet you on the road.
Um,
I'm just letting you know in case you forgot.
Andre pipes up and he goes, given the events of last night, you're going to want to hide yourselves a little bit. So, and he sort of looks around and he starts gathering like a bunch of rags and like tattered cloaks and things and just starts like putting them together. And he just hands you a bunch of basically like long blankets and cloaks. And he goes, hide your faces. People around here, they're good at remembering faces. They know if they've never seen someone before. If they think that you are responsible for bringing the Rotters back, you're public enemy number one. So you're going to want to hide yourselves just a little bit. Be careful in crowds.
Good to know.
Wants us to hide our faces.
Yeah, I'm writing it down. 84 is going to turn to Garina. She's going to be like, can't be bothered to hide my face, so if I just become something, can you carry me?
Mhm.
Please.
If you're so lazy.
It would be really convenient if you became an axe cover because people are going to recognize this before they recognize my face.
Sure. TJ, can I become an axe cover?
I'm gonna say yeah. You've seen the axe. You've seen its new model. You know kind of like what a cover would be. So you know the size that you'd need to be as well. So I'd say yeah. you can be
Karina's
a
going to have
cover.
no say over what is on the cover though. So
Considering we're following the rabbit drawings, she's going to make it It's like leather, but it's like embossed with really cute little rabbit faces, like with like tiny little hands, like gnawing on little carrots, just to like really, really drive it home.
Garina like picks 84 up as that leather thing and just like, fuck's sake. Of course, and like starts putting it, like stretching it over the. Well, I'll take the axe off my back. Like starts stretching it over the axe, just looking at it like, oh, I don't know why I agreed to that. I suppose it doesn't look like the axe anymore. It doesn't look very intimidating.
Andre goes, I think it looks cute.
Shut the fuck up, Andre.
Sorry. I don't want to overstep. I'm sorry.
Tori's gonna message into Andre's head, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it does."
Sort of like looks good. You sort of like as you do this, you sort of like you see him like very briefly like dissociate as if he's trying to figure out if that was real or not, and he just goes, huh. And he sort of like just looks around and then just sort of clocks eyes with you, and he goes, yeah. Look.
84, I mean, if Green is gonna know
Yeah.
that 84 just spoke to him.
Absolutely, you would.
Yeah.
Oh, no one just reacts like that to nothing.
He looks and he goes, I'm gonna be staying here. Going outside during the day is a little bit well, I don't want to get caught. So if you need me, just come back here.
Nice.
Good to know. Right. Get ready to leave.
Mhm.
I guess we're going to head towards Narin first, so that we meet her on the road. Can
I'm going where
we-
the genie is.
Yeah. Can we take the route that we know that Narin knows?
The one that you took last night,
by.
yes. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just as a note for you, 84, the journey from where you are right now to the tavern is about half an hour walk. So just mark that down on the fact that you're going to be an object for half an hour. Okay, so you get ready to leave. Andre sort of like starts packing things away and like doing what he needs to do. He hands you all your cloaks, and you leave. And just for ease, Karina, are you wearing a cloak?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Jam puts his cloak on as well. And the three of you leave Andre's shack. Also, I know it's a bit late into the episode, but unfortunately Ares isn't joining us today. So he will be back next week. Apologies. I was just sort of too into the intro there. But yeah,
We know he's the favourite.
Yeah, we know he's the favourite. He's the hottest one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It happens.
so he'll be back next week. So at the moment, Jam is MIA in terms of like consciousness. So 84, Jam, and Garina make your way out of Andre's shack. And you come out and you start walking. Garina, you hear a voice from behind you. A familiar voice. Garina. I'm not mad at you. And you hear the voice of Wesley behind you.
That's disgusting.
Uh,
Oh, I don't like that at all. Garina would turn around.
You turn and there's nothing there.
She dry heaves. She'd just shake it off and just carry on walking, I think.
Okay. You turn around and there's nothing there. You have that moment and you carry on. 84. As you're walking, the hairs on the back of your neck start to just stand on end as you just walk in the route that you took last night. You realize that you've all left in the morning, assuming it's safe. You haven't heard a bell just yet.
Oh, we're idiots. Oh,
So
we're
as
fucking dumb.
as you're walking, you start to look on the ground and you do see mists. The same similar gossamer veil that veiled the streets last night.
Oh my god, we're so fucking dumb.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, we're so dumb.
You see the
Can
mist
we go back inside?
slowly start to dissipate. As you walk down the street, you hear bung, and the
Excellent.
mists begin to crawl away. As you sort of look,
Oh my god.
and you have this realization that
Bye.
there is a bell to tell the residents of Shaletown when it's safe to come outside.
Tell me why my heart
Glory
rate's
there.
actually taking off.
Yes.
What is my
Um,
current heart rate?
What is your current heart rate?
It is. Bearing in mind my resting heart rate is about 65. Oh, it's measuring.
Oh,
It's currently
better than mine.
80.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, my resting
That's
heart
what I'm
rate is
saying.
65 and I'm at 80.
Damn.
What am I at?
I felt a bit sick.
I'm
Not
also. I'm
surprised.
at 82. I'm at 83. No, I'm climbing. 87.
Oh no. Yeah, as you continue to
Yeah.
walk, you hear the bell, and you start to see people's doors opening, and you start to see people coming out for the day now. And the mist almost, by the time you're about halfway, the mist is entirely dissipated from the streets.
Garina's gonna kind of go keep walking forward, but talk to 84, knowing that 84's on her back, and just be like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm an idiot. I nearly just both got us killed."
84 was like, I'm the one that encouraged everybody to leave.
Yeah, but you were also currently on my axe. It was my legs. That I'm never going outside at night time. There's not much that scares me, but that was not okay. We need to go find them now.
forgot the mists were a thing, so.
Yeah. We need to go and find them now, and Garina's really going to pick up pace.
Nice.
Now knowing what Naren and
Ooh.
potentially Jeannie's gone through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that little thing just gave her such the heebie-jeebies that now she's panicking.
Okay, so you start to pick
Did
up
84
pace.
feel
half there.
anything at all?
Huh?
Did 84 feel anything at all, or did it not affect her?
No.
You felt the back of your
Love
neck, though.
You felt like there's like fur on the case that you are. You felt like bits of fur and like loose hairs and things on the leather, the fabric of the case start to stand as if it's hairs on the back of your neck. Almost a reaction to the fact that you are stepping out into this space before it was safe. Almost like
Okay.
the human body is reacting to the fact that it knows there's danger somewhere.
Mm.
As Garina, you
Okay.
start to pick up
Cool.
pace faster and faster. Jam catches up with you and starts moving at a similar pace as you move towards the round to the tavern where you know that Naren headed last night. I'm going to need Garina, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage for me.
Oh, nice. 22.
Okay, so with your cloak and with your like hurried pace, you manage to sort of skirt by a lot of the bigger crowds that are making their way to market today, and you get to the round at a considerably lesser time than it would have taken given the panic in your footsteps at the moment. So it's only been about 20-25 minutes or so as you come to the round and you see the tavern, and the tavern doors are wide open, and you see inside that there are people sort of like cleaning the tables and things. As you make your way in, you see Viola standing behind the bar, cleaning the bar and the glasses and the cups and things. And she looks as you walk in and she goes, "Well, hello there. Hello again. I wasn't expecting anyone to be in this early. Can I get you anything?"
She sits down on the bar and she's like, "A tankard of ale, please."
Coming right up.
It's like 8 in the morning.
Garina is stressed.
As she pours the pint, and it's funny. Last night, as you came into this town, and you ordered your drinks, you sort of got cups, just normal sized cups. Viola pours a mug, a normal-sized mug for Jam, sets it down, and as she's pouring your ale, Garina, you see that the mug is considerably larger, and just sort of puts it on the table and goes, "I thought you might like a larger ale."
Absolutely. I throw down like
84
a
is
gold coin.
Before you can drink it, 84 is going to message into your head and be like, remember, we can't drink anything here. We could turn into those creatures. You can't.
I think
drink
Garina's
it.
already doing it.
Okay. So
I was going
what
to
I'm
say,
gonna
as you threw down
say-
the gold.
So as you throw down the gold, 84 says this. Garina, are you reacting to it, or are you still in that one-track
I
mind?
think Garina was like, she was like, my intention was to down it.
Okay.
And so like maybe the moment that she hears 84 say that, Garina like she would have already drank some, but
Mhm.
like spits the rest of it out.
Okay, so you drink and you spit out, and Viola just sort of like looks and she goes, "Oh, I apologize. Was that not to your liking? I'm so sorry."
I think Garina's now just in a full-on fucking meltdown, to be honest. I think she's gonna run up to the bedroom.
Okay, you
She just gets up and
you
Yeah.
leave and you run up the stairs and you head to the door and you fling the door open, and there you see Naren awake, ready with the genie, ready to go. Naren, you see this door like swing open, as Garina is standing in the doorway.
with a really pretty axe
Yeah, with
cover.
a very pretty axe cover. As you were just about to leave, you see this door just swing open.
Garina, I think, is just gonna go up to Jeannie and just kind of like hold her by the shoulders and just be like, I've drank the ale.
It's all right. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. What do you mean you've had an ale? It's fine, right?
She's like, it's a bit early, but
Jeannie, I thought I told you the food and drink here is not right. It
Oh, right.
Yeah.
does something.
Right. So
We can't trust it.
oh, okay.
Garina's like, what do I do? What do I do?
It's fine. It's fine. Sit down, love. Sit down. And she ushers you to the bed that she was staying in. And she is going to.
I start sticking my fingers down my throat.
As you do that, she
Wow.
grabs you, like she grabs your hand, and she goes, "It's everything is okay. It's going to be all right." And she puts her hand on your shoulder, and she casts lesser restoration on you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Cheers, babe.
He's going to do that at the second level, and you feel like a warm glow, and you feel like your insides are like kind of purifying a little bit. And she sort of looks and goes, "I don't know if that's going to do anything, but it's better than nothing, and it's better than you doing that. It'll be fine. I think whatever it is that might be in the food or the water, there's nothing that magic can't do. All right? So just it's okay. If you need to take a minute, take a minute." Naren, love, what's happened? You all left, and I stayed here, and I was left alone. No one came into the room. No one said anything. I popped down after about an hour or so, and everyone was gone. And suddenly, Garina's now panicking. You're here, but you were here before the rest of them, and you all seem a little on edge. What's happened?
Well, to start with, apologies that we left you
No.
without
It's fine.
a word, it seems.
I would have rather. No, I knew you were headed off. I would have rather just
Oh,
stayed.
yes,
But
yes.
it's just I'm concerned that everyone's now on edge more than they were last night.
So we went to help a little girl by the name of Isla,
Yes.
and we were meant to take her to a family friend of theirs, and Isla kind of turned into a monster who Jam and Garina decapitated. And then we heard crowds emerging from their houses. So we fled. and found a man who offered us shelter for the night, and then everyone wanted to make sure you were okay, and I volunteered to come out and fetch you.
Right.
Terrible idea, by the way. Never leave when the bell tolls,
Oh.
because there is something horrible out there, and I barely escaped.
Right. Okay.
You see Garina like sat on the bed but just staring at this conversation.
Hmm.
Yes, something out there that likes to toy with its prey, and I admire that. But when it's to me, absolutely fucking not. Yes, I almost died, and it seems, if I hazard a guess, because it definitely could have pushed down that door if it wanted to, but I think it's restricted to being in the mist.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, that's why I decided I was just going to stay in the tavern tonight with you. Well, last night with you, made sure you were okay,
Of
and kept Gus on watch.
You see
And
Gus
he
just
didn't
like
report anything.
on the table, like on the end of Jeannie's bed, still like staring at the door. And like there's a minute where like you look at Gus and you see that he's kind of like dissociated a bit. You see him shake his head and he goes, "There's an intruder, Savior! Don't worry, it's friendly. Like seemingly
Thank
warning
you.
you way after.
Yeah. Thank you, Gus. Yes. Maybe it wasn't best to leave Gus on watch, but I really needed some rest. And
Makes sense.
I'm still holding Cinder, by the way.
Mhm.
And yes, so yeah, the town is suspicious of us, and they believe that outsiders bring um, the rotten, which is
Right.
more monsters. And yeah, we could try and find Aura's Gravello, or we could disassemble this rule of this religious order, and that would probably help us quite a lot. But don't know if we want to just try and find Oren and leave. But Aaron, Aiden, what's the name? Sorry,
Andre.
Andre. Andre, the man who helped us, has offered his assistance if we are to offer ours in dethroning this cult.
84 is going to turn back into herself
Mhm.
at this point.
Yep.
So that she's moving in and out of transforming.
Yep.
And she's going to be like, plus, Andre gave us some information without us having to do nothing.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
Apparently, we need to go to the docks to talk to a guy called the Fox.
Oh.
And we have to follow the rabbit, which are drawings that apparently will lead us to the Fox.
Well, that seems a little ominous.
Yeah, apparently he's good at giving information, so maybe
Right.
he'll know something about Orin.
So we have
Maybe.
our first sort of heading then to where we're
Yes.
going. I
Oh,
don't.
secondary bit of information.
Yes.
Cover yourselves up. Because apparently everybody in this town's really good at remembering faces.
Oh right. Okay.
So we
And you see her-
have to cover our faces.
You see her like pull the hood from her green robes like over, and she goes, "I haven't had to use this for a long time. It always blocks my buns, you see." But and she sort of like you see her let her
Aw.
hair down just a little bit, and like tie it around the back, and she just puts her hood up and she goes, "Well, if we've got at least our first step in leaving, then I'm willing to take it." Look, and Garina, she walks over to you and she holds your hand and she goes, "I know that I'm always on the side of good, and I always want to help people. But if it were put down to a vote, I don't know how much we can do for the people of this town. I'd want to. I'd like to help. I would. But you all seem you more shaken than I've ever seen you. Garina, I've never seen you like this, love. Ever.
Mm-mm.
Whatever is in this town, wherever this is, whatever this is, I don't like it one bit. Would rather leave as soon as we can.
We are also on a time schedule.
Exactly. So the faster we can leave, the better. But helping these people, I don't know how much we can spare. As much as I would like to. And I'll go where you go. I'll try and keep you as safe as I can. But the strongest among you have been rattled. And we've only been here for a night.
It's been going on for 10 years, so what's a few more months or years?
If that's the way you have to look at it, then we have to do what we have to do, I suppose.
The fox, then.
For the fox. And you see her, like, getting her things ready, and you see her take her mace that she, like, carries with her, and she just, like, puts it up against the bed, and she goes, it's never really something I get to use anyway, so as long as I think we're still here, we should be fine. I'm going to put a few things on the tables, and well, there aren't the tables. She goes, I'm going to put a few things next to the beds and ruffle up the beds a bit and make it look like we're still staying here. If they think we're still here, we might not run into too much trouble. And she starts, like,
Sounds like a good plan.
pushing like pillows and stuff, like plumping them up and putting them under covers, and like she puts her mace down by sort of leaning against the bed. She has like various trinkets and stuff, and she just scatters them around the bed as if she's coming back for them. And she just goes, right, I'm ready when you are. She is also going to take 3 levels of exhaustion from the lesser restoration that she cast.
Sorry.
84 is going to go up to Garina and she's going to be like, what do you think should be on the axe cover this time?
Marina's just gonna kind of like out of nowhere just pull 84 in for a hug. And like you can feel that she's really heavy breathing, and she's just gonna be like, thank you. And then like
84
really quickly
will
let go.
hug back. No. Before you can let go, she's going to hug back. And she's not letting go, whether you let go or not.
In this moment, Green, you feel something on your leg, and you look down, and Gus is just sort of like hugging
Oh, fuck
your
off,
leg.
Gus.
Gus, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to
Read
like
the
get him off.
moment, Gus.
Trying to like flick him off.
Shake him off, and he goes, I read the moment wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this wasn't for you.
I'm sorry.
I just grab Gus and just throw him onto a bed.
Oh my
It's-
goodness.
It's not gently. It's like I'm just like grabbing him.
Yeah,
and
it's
just-
He goes,
Garina laughs.
yeah.
That was kind of fun. Hey, where are we going?
Yeah, you're coming.
Yeah.
To the
84's
docks.
going to message into Garina's head being like, does he have to come? Couldn't we leave him here along with some of Jeannie's
I
stuff?
would love for him to stay here. But he's not gonna, is he?
If we tell him he's protecting the space.
Gus, how about you? You did such a good job last night. How about you
No, Gus
stay
is gonna
here
get fucking taken over by this thing.
and keep a watch on the door?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
I was about to say, you're not the savior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the savior.
You're not the savior.
Which is why I don't feel bad about this, because it is a 24.
24. He goes, well, I did try my best. And I'm glad that you noticed my achievements and my accomplishments. That's really nice. As long as the Savior thinks it's best for me to keep a watch on the room, then I'll do it.
Marina?
Sure.
Okay, I'll stick around and I'll watch out and I'll let you know. I'll write notes. I'll make a journal and a diary about everything that comes and goes. And then when you get back, I'll show you and I'll go through it all with you.
I love him so much.
I hate him so
I-
much.
I would be friends with Gus in real life. I would be like, "You're so adorably dumb."
As you see Gus just like plop his little butt on the bed, and he just sort of like stares at the door again as you all gather yourselves to leave. Jeannie gets everything ready that she needs to, gets her rucksack on. Are you all headed to the docks?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna disguise self. It's just just similar garb to what I've seen around, and what's been the main hair color I've seen around?
There's a variation of hairs. It doesn't
Okay.
really seem that there's any like distinct coloring of hair.
Wait, sorry,
Cool.
what's the plan? We're just leaving Shaletown.
No, we're going to the docks to get
We're going to the
information.
dock. Talk to the
Then
dock.
we're leaving.
Well,
We're
we gotta
getting
get
on a boat
Oren.
out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get Oren because otherwise Mobius is gonna kill a bunch of people.
Yeah, true.
Oh, well,
That's the
that
main
wasn't our
reason.
fault.
You know.
Someone's going to
Yeah,
die
this-
regardless.
This is my
True.
storyline.
This is
Fuck
my
Ryan's
storyline, but we're trying
storyline.
to save innocent people from being killed.
I would
in
also like to remind you
Nora.
that Mila has also had mentioned that she would like Oren to question him and get some information on
Good
what
for
the
Mila.
Foundation are
She's
up
not
to.
here.
Yeah. How about you come
Not
deal with
here
the crooked man?
suffering this.
Yeah.
It's just as an extra sort of like thing to let you guys know, because it's not just Mobius. There are multiple people that would like this man. So
Yeah,
And they
but
can all come to Shaletown and deal with it.
we don't have time to send Oren to Mila and Mobius, so it's one or the other.
yeah, that's the thing. If you
Yeah.
if you
You'll
find
have
him,
to
it's a
meet
choice.
halfway.
It's if you
Or
find him,
we
you gotta
can just
decide.
leave. Like,
Yeah.
The moment we find this man, I'm dragging him by the balls.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd be doing the
And
same.
I'm not letting go. We take a ball each.
Yeah, we'll take left or right preference.
I'm better with my right hand, so I'll
Okay.
take the right.
All right, yeah, cool.
Actually, no, I'll take the left so that there's room
So
between
the-
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so
Um,
as you gather yourselves up, you head out of the room downstairs, where you can see people sort of like making their way into the tavern now for like work and various like social gatherings and things. And you sort of walk out. Viola sort of looks and goes, "Good day to you. I hope you enjoy our fine town."
Bam. Slam the door.
Slam the door behind.
I'm so sick of this fucking place.
As you make your way to the docks, I'm going to need a group stealth check from all of you to try and blend in socially. So anyone that has
With
disadvantage,
advantage or not with advantage?
anyone that has disadvantage is just a straight roll, because this is more
normal
social
roll.
stealth than it is sneaking around.
I rolled a 17.
17.
Oh wait. Oh no, wait. I have disadvantage. So do I roll again, or is it just? It is what
No,
it
it's
No,
just
you
a
just
straight
roll
roll.
normally.
So whatever it is.
is? Okay, yeah. So 17.
Cool. 17. 84.
1 second, I'm counting.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna roll for Genie
well, it's
as
a
well.
19 plus 9.
Okay.
So
No.
28?
a lot.
28.
28.
Naren.
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I had a really rough night. Okay, you guys got to sleep in a nice shack.
So as you're making your way to the docks, you see a few people like pass by and like nod at you, and your like covered faces. And there is a moment, Naren specifically, and yeah, Naren specifically, you would like notice this more than the others. There's a moment where you're like heading to the docks, and you see two people crying, holding each other, and you see the parents of Isla sort of making their way towards you, holding each other, just sobbing. And as they pass by, you hear the husband say, "Praise be to you," and just carry on walking as if he hasn't noticed you. And there are various other people who look slightly somber, but still have that strange smile across their faces. And you start to, as you push your way towards the docks further, you start to see more and more presence of the chosen few. You see the tattered grey robes these figures. A lot of them here in this section are masked. It's just like a plain mask with like eye holes. You see their hoods up, and they're carrying their chains across their waists. And as you all make your way into the docks, you see them. They're just sort of trudging around, almost like ethereally floating. But you can definitely see their feet walking. It just the way they walk is just strange and almost unnatural. And we are going to push into the docks. Welcome to Shaletown Docks.
Oh, great. It looks gross.
That's
Good.
copyright.
As
Such a
you
fan.
as you push your way into the docks, you are greeted. You're greeted with a wave of noise. The ship horns blow as you move your way in. You can hear the chattering of tradespeople. You hear it slide through every single crack and crevice, every stone you hear just bustling in this space. You can smell the distinct odor of just rotting fish and rotting carcass, and it is nasty. You walk past, there is a jetty that you walk past, and there is what looks to be it's the size of a baby whale, and it looks almost like it kind of looks like a whale, but there are deformities. The fins are hooked. The jaw is more crooked and broken. You see that the scales are more prominent, and the dorsal fin on top of it has been like scarred and chipped away, but you can see it was once jagged. And you see various fishermen just sort of laughing and joyfully showing off their catch for the morning. You see just bustling of people loading up their fishing boats and taking crates on and off. You see cranes moving back and forth between ships, taking various bits of cargo on and off. And this lively bustle of an area is, again, a stark difference to the Round, where the Round is a lot more somber, what you've known from it at least. This feels like a working class bustle of an area. And as you make your way in, you can see various groups of the chosen few just walking around, praying with people, and they're smiling. So what would you like to do in this space?
Look for rabbits.
Go ahead and make an
Yeah, I guess we're looking
investigation
for
check.
rabbits.
I wanna do it.
Investigation, did you say?
Investigation or perception. It's entirely up to you.
Oh,
An unnatural 20 on investigation.
Unnatural 20.
I got a
18.
14.
14 and 18. Okay. Naren and Garina. Like looking around, like looking for the rabbits, you notice all of the boats that you walk past, every single one is called The Chosen. It's got the name engraved on the front of it. They're all called the same thing. You also notice a bunch of children just lurking around, looking around a little suspiciously. And you see one of the kids trip and fall. You see him trip and fall over someone, and they apologize, and this person starts like patting them down, sort of being like, "Oh, are you okay? You okay?" Making sure this child is okay. You then see another child come over to this incident and start pointing the finger of blame at this gentleman who's just been tripped over. And then you notice another child come up from a wall that you see, climb over, and you see him sort of scurry along the table behind the gentleman and just start like picking things off and like looking over to make sure that this gentleman's still where he needs to be and just stuffing them in the coat. And he just turns on his heels, jumps over the wall and leaves. And you see another kid
Good
sort
little
of
pickpockets.
take some things from a crate that is by the side and just start like walking away with various like bits and bobs.
I rate it.
84. As you're looking for the rabbits, doesn't take you long. There is a small alleyway, a very crooked like alleyway that leads. It looks like it leads further into the docks. And you see a very, very crudely drawn rabbit with a top hat. Its ears are kind of like misshapen, and its fur is just sort of like very crayon-esque. And you just see it like
Cute.
drawn onto this wooden fence. It does seem a little worn and torn, But it's as if like the weather's like got to it. But you do notice it. It's very small, but you do catch a glimpse of this first drawing.
Is it a brown rabbit?
Mm-mm. Doesn't
Damn
seem
it.
to have any color on it at all.
Mm.
It just seems like it's an outline of a rabbit-shaped face.
All right.
Okay. Well, I need to turn back into myself because currently I'm an axe
You
color.
are an axe cover.
Um, so, I'm gonna message into Karina's head, and to which side of me was the rabbit?
I'll say about the left side as you're like walking.
Okay.
You notice on the left.
Then I'm just gonna message into Karina's head and be like, "Rabbit on your left."
Karina will look.
You see the same thing. You see that very crudely drawn outline.
Fair play.
And
Well done,
84
Little.
is then gonna message back again and be like, "I should probably turn back to myself soon.
Yeah.
Just so I can help with looking."
Mhm. Thank you. Mhm.
So we need to find an alleyway.
You like swing the axe really hard, and then as you do it, she turns back to normal and like flies away.
That look really fucking cool.
That would look really
Yeah, it
fucking
would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
So
84 in
what are you wanting
motion.
to do?
I'll probably follow the rabbits
Follow the rabbits.
Okay. So you
and keep an eye out for children because they're
Okay,
causing mischief.
go ahead and run a perception check for me, Darren. Or anyone that sort of like wants to make sure they're keeping an eye out.
13.
13?
13.
Okay.
13.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
If you just want to keep an eye out for like kids and stuff, or like make sure you're not being followed, just run a perception check.
I got an 8.
Okay.
Got a 6.
Karina don't
Okay.
see shit.
So Naren, as you're looking out, you are just like looking around, making sure you're not being followed, making sure you can see kids and stuff. So I'll go off your roll. As you all move into this alleyway, making sure that you're sort of like not being followed. Naren, are you taking point, or are you gonna fall behind and make sure that like you can see behind, or where are you in this? The alleyway's not too big. It's like you can just about fit 2 people into it, but I was wondering how you're situated.
I'll stay behind because I'm more of the long ranger and these guys are more of the close rangers.
Okay, cool. So you lag
Yeah.
behind a little bit and you stay behind the group, and you sort of look to make sure you're not being followed. And as you proceed down this alleyway, you do start to see more and more variations of drawings. There are other animals and like other just squiggles and stuff, but you do notice there is another rabbit. This one not having a top hat and it's a little bit smaller. This one's got a bit of a grey color to it, and you start to notice that there are more and more going further deeper into the alleyway. With your 13 perception check, Naren, you walk for about 2 minutes or so before you started to hear like almost like the kick of a can, but you don't see anything. You just hear a noise. It sounds as if it's, with the 13, you can't tell whether it's about 20 feet or about 40 feet away from you. It's a semi-loud noise, and it's difficult to pinpoint whereabouts that actually is.
Cool.
TJ,
Yes.
because of my previous perception, I'm assuming that I assume there's no one in the alley.
Yeah, no, there's the alleyway is what you can see is it's
Okay.
fairly empty.
Then I'm gonna turn back into myself. Please.
Okay, you turn back into yourself. Mark off another transformation. That's 2 now. As you push further into the alleyway, go ahead and make everyone run a investigational perception to see if you can keep up with these drawings to make sure you're going in the right direction at the very least.
Perception.
18 investigation.
18 investigation.
16.
23.
Okay, so you all manage to make your way through this alleyway, and you do manage to keep up with these drawings. There is a point where the alleyway branches off a little bit, and there is a moment where you look, and there's a drawing that looks similar to a rabbit, but you realize it's just a hamster with like lopsided ears. And
no.
he goes,
Aw.
that's not the right
It's
way
always
to
the
go."
hamster.
Yeah. But you do end up following the rabbit drawings, and you eventually come round a corner, and you are just met with a dead end. There are buildings either side of you, and ahead of you there seems to be like a wooden fence that backs onto another stone building, and it just comes to a dead stop.
Ooh.
And the last rabbit you
And-
saw was on the corner.
And I check to see whether the wooden fence moves at all, whether there's basically anything there to
Yeah.
shuffle out the way, or you
Go
know.
ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Yeah. 19.
19. Having a look at it, you sort of like knock on it a little bit, and it's all same resonating sound, but there is a portion just near the ground that you sort of like knock on, and you move a little bit, and it slightly just shifts, and you realize that there is a small notch on this fence, and you look and you run your fingers across a bit of wood, and you realize there's a crease, and it goes up, across, and down again, and you realize there's a hatch in this fence, a child-size hatch that's
Oh yeah.
fairly small, but it could likely fit the rest of the group at a squeeze if you were to all go in one by one.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm gonna relay this to the group.
Mhm.
And I guess put my ear up to like the gap to see if I can hear anything
Yeah, you
on the
sort
other
of-
side before I immediately just go in.
Go ahead and make a perception check with disadvantage for me.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh. To be fair, there's only one in it,
Hey.
so and that is an 8.
An 8.
So it
Uh,
ain't good.
You can hear like muffles and rumbles and things. You don't know whether it's coming from like inside a building that this fence backs onto, or whether there's like something else. But you mostly just hear like vibrations, and the sound of the docks is still resonating around as well, so it's difficult to pick up anything.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have my hidden blade at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go in
Okay.
very slowly, very quietly, clearly trying to like, keep down as much noise as I can, and I'm trying not to open it too far as to not let too much light in.
Okay.
Um
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. As 84 starts to open the hatch
Ah.
a little bit and crawl in, what are the rest of you doing?
Laying down a disclaimer that we do not promote child murder.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
3 episodes in a row now, right?
you guys might not.
Naren, what are you doing?
So, I mean, I just kind of want to boot in the thing that 84's about to open. But he's right at it, so I'm not about to do that.
Don't kick me.
I would like to just sort of keep an eye on the child and
Okay.
be able to maybe pull her away if needs be, if like anything seems like it's going
I'm
to injure
gone.
her.
Yeah, like she's going like into the thing. So
I'm
following
gone. I've
behind
gone
her,
in.
or
Oh yeah, I'll follow her in then. Yeah.
And
So
I've
you're
closed
following in
the
second.
thing behind me.
Okay, so
'cause I'm trying
as-
to be sneaky.
So what we'll say is as you are like about to close, Naren like puts her hand in the way and like is starting to follow you. So Naren, go ahead and roll me a stealth check as well, please. Garina, what are you doing?
I'm watching it all happen.
Fair.
Are you going in or are you
7.
staying outside? 7.
I would,
Oh,
I,
God.
if Nari manages to get in, then I would follow in. Yeah,
Okay. So at a
I'd be like, right, come on, Genie,
squeeze,
in you go.
Um,
Pushing in the hole.
Naren manages to like push in just a little bit, and you hear like 84 as you're like crawling in. What was your stealth check, by the way?
27.
7. As you're like crawling in, and you're like, you get into the space, and there's enough ceiling height above you that you, 84, can crouch. Naren, you've got to crawl.
Nope.
And as you do, you sort of like push in, and you feel like something snag on the wood, and you just hear the wood just snap. 84, you look behind you, you just see Naren like crawling in after you. And Garina,
I am gonna give the dirtiest look as I turn around. It's gonna be like, what the fuck? As you just make all of this noise as you come in.
Garina,
Are you angry because of the noise or that we're following?
Angry because of the noise.
Oh, right, okay.
Garina, go ahead and make a stealth check for me as you also follow Naren in as well as you're like sort of
I don't
crawling in.
mind you guys
With
following.
disadvantage, I imagine?
This one will be at disadvantage, yeah, because of your
Yeah,
armor.
I thought
Bad
so.
times.
Oh, not bad. That's a 19. My other
19
one
with
was even better.
disadvantage. Fair play.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 and a 16, and my stealth is
Nice.
3.
Ah, and Judy's going to roll her
Nice.
stealth check as well as she comes in.
And she gets
as-
that, she's like, oh!
yeah,
Back.
as she like crouches down,
you.
because she's with this height, she's relatively okay with it, so she doesn't need to necessarily like crouch down, but as she does, just a little bit, you do hear her bones just sort of click a bit. She goes, oh, sorry. And you see like Genie just
How's-
lagging behind the group.
How's Jam doing?
Jam's fine.
about to
Jam's in
hit
the
with
back.
his armor.
Yeah. We'll null the stealth check for Jam because that's also a disadvantage,
Ah.
and he's not here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So as you're like making your way through 84, you're trying to like you're ducking a little bit, but Naren, as you're like crawling, you just hear the scraping of your armor just against the ground. And surprisingly, Garina is like holding like her chainmail and her heavy bits of armor to make sure that they're not making any noise. And Jeannie, every now and again you'll hear, oh, sorry, as she's like making her way through this tunnel. And you do manage to make your way through the tunnel. Nothing seems to like come out at you or anything, and you come into this open space. You see a very cozy, very spacious interior with like hanging lights, various trinkets just scattered around and hanging from the ceilings. It almost feels to you like a lived-in house, but you can tell that it's been kind of abandoned. You smell the musk in the air of like old bed sheets, and the interior, from what you can see as you come into this space, there are beds just lined up against the wall, and there are still like dim lights, so you can see a little bit. And there are blocked off windows, like boarded up windows and things. And at the very end of this space, you see just like a pile of various like toys and boxes and stuff, and there's like a chair. And you see someone at the end sat on this chair. And the interior looks almost like an orphanage. Like an abandoned orphanage that has been repurposed by someone. And you crawl into this space and you all sort of like spread out a little bit and you come out of this like small hole and you look. And there's a brief second where you can hear a shuffle and a move of something. And you look and you just see tiny heads just popping out from behind beds and things. And they look at you curiously. And you see the figure that sat on the chair put their hand up and just like pushes their hand towards you. And the children just start like running at you with like rope and ties and all kinds of things to like restrain you. I need everyone to make a strength check for me, a group strength check. Because the kids are trying
84
to...
instead become a bouncy ball.
You can become a bouncy ball. You immediately become a bouncy ball.
Go out the
Garina,
way.
Naren, and Jeannie need to make a strength check.
With
Jeannie
Jam's
fails.
help.
With Jam's help.
No, because
Jam is a
they're
strong
restraining you
boy.
all individually.
Aw.
So unfortunately,
Ew.
no.
I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled a 10.
Dude.
Oh, I'm really
That's
scared of
strongest.
this many children.
As you see this, like, almost like this horde of kids just running towards you with, like, ropes and stuff, you just get dogpiled, and they're like crawling on you and like grabbing you by the shoulders. And at first it feels like they're just kids, they're fine, but then just more and more kids just start like piling on top of you, and eventually they just sort of weigh you down, and you see them wrapping your arms and restraining you. Naren, you're sort of like pushed face first onto the ground. Garina, you're pushed, your feet are tied, and you're pushed over onto your back. Jeannie is like immediately just, she walks in and her hands are just grabbed and tied, and her feet are bound as well. And
Karina's like, yeah, that better be all that fucking gets tied with that woman.
everyone except 84, you are now on the ground, bound, restrained. You cannot move, and you have disadvantage on strength checks, dex checks, and you see the kids just sort of like make their way around, and they're looking for a bouncy ball. Where have you gone, 84? Are you just sitting there? Because they saw you turn into this thing.
Yeah, I essentially going to try and propel myself to a person sitting
Okay.
at the end of the hall, and I'm going to try and message into their head, and I'm like, that's not very nice hospitality.
As you bounce towards this figure and you message into their head, you don't get a response back, but you see the kids just sort of look at you and just start to run towards this like bouncy ball.
I'm essentially going to try and play with them. I'm essentially just going to try and keep like bouncing over their heads or like rolling underneath their legs.
Okay, go
Just to
ahead.
basically, so they kind of like Scooby-Doo style tie themselves up while they're scrambling to try and get me.
Go ahead and make a dexterity save for me, and they're going to
Sure.
make a dexterity check to see if they can grab you. I'm going to do it at advantage because there are a lot of children. So you need to
That's
beat.
fair.
You need to beat an 18.
Well, I got a 13 plus 6, so 19.
As you do manage to like bounce over their heads, and they just sort of try and catch you. You see one of the kids get clotheslined by a rope that two of them are holding, and he just falls to the ground. You see another little girl just sort of jump on a bed and like leap towards you, but you manage to skirt under her. She just lands with a huff.
Oh.
And you hear just almost like a bellowing around, as if the voice is being amplified. But you hear, "Enough!" And the kids just stop dead. And they all look to this figure on top of this chair, and they all just sort of back off and drop the ropes. "Bring the adults to me."
TJ,
Yes.
Fuck off.
how big
myself.
is this room?
Quite sizable. Why?
How far away is this guy?
I'd say from where you are, no more than about 60 feet.
All right. No
Yeah.
reason. No reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
Want us to
worry about
mention
it.
Always a reason. Just
I
not
mean,
when you're allowed to know.
When you're
I
in
mean,
a room, just assume that it's less than 500 feet. There's no
Oh,
room
yeah,
is
yeah,
more than
don't worry.
500 feet.
I thought it was, but I was thinking I'd use a Misty
Yeah.
Step, even though there's literally no reason I shouldn't use a Dimension Door.
That's fine.
Which actually, now you mention it, how close am I to Garina?
You're sort of like right next to each other.
Okay.
Is Dimension Door somatic components?
No, it's just verbal.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Which was going to be my next question. They didn't bound my mouth, did they? They just
No,
tied me up.
they just tied you up.
Uh-huh. Okay, so if I teleported, would I then not be bound?
No, you'd still be bound.
That is
You should still be
rad.
bound, but
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah, you'd just be
I'd
elsewhere
happily
on the
naked
ground.
if that's
You'd-
the rule.
You'd
you
be
know?
closer to the person that you want to go towards, but you'd still be on the floor and bound. You'd just be closer.
Cool.
So
And you'd
they're
have to,
bringing
like- yeah,
you
like,
to him anyway.
The kids are making
I
their way
know.
to you to bring them to bring you
I know.
to the person.
I mainly wanted to teleport in order to get rid of the restraints and then also threaten the guy. That's what I wanted. And I
Fair.
wanted a Garina there to also threaten the guy. You know, double whammy.
Fair.
That would have
Yeah.
been great.
She would threaten the guy.
She would,
Yeah.
yeah. She has big axe. I have Eldritch Blast. It's a double whammy. It's great.
hmm
But yeah.
Green is
Oh,
not trying to be
It's up to you. It's up
manhandled.
to you. The kids aren't. They're
Well,
not
you.
right there yet. They're
Yeah.
making their way towards you. So if you want to, you can.
Well, you're saying that I wouldn't be out my restraints.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is the downside, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
because you know.
That's the
It's,
sort of trade-off.
Yeah, because it's somatic to do Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I could quickly cut my restraints on Karina's axe.
You can certainly try. Do you want to try?
Just against my axe.
Your
Yeah.
hands are bound behind your back. Garina's
Oh,
hands are
okay,
at the
that's a
front,
lot harder.
and Jeannie's hands are at the front as well. No, Jeannie's
Where
hands
am
are
I? Behind
her.
my back.
Yeah, no. So Naren's behind
Mine
her
are behind.
back. Jeannie's is behind her back, and Garina, yours are at front.
I want to try.
But they are next to you. Like they are like fairly.
They're
near.
Yeah.
like all the kids are
Um,
right there.
Go ahead and make a. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me, Garina, to see if you can apply
There
enough.
is not a chance I can do
enough
this
pressure.
without the kids
Oh, yeah.
noticing.
Right.
Oh no, they'll notice, but it's whether you can get free before they get to you.
Just before they get there.
Let's try. Let me try. What is it?
go ahead.
Strength saving
Strength
throw?
save to see if you can apply enough pressure before they get to you.
It's a 16.
16. And you feel the ropes fraying. Naren, what are you doing? Or are you just?
Can I see this?
Yeah, you can see this.
Oh, go on then. I'll dimension door with Garina to the guy.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
you cast Dimension Door. You open up. I'm going to need you to make a dexterity save to see if you can crawl into the Dimension Door in time before the kids get to you. Because the door will open, and you need to step through it.
I don't
Right?
think it's an actual door. It's not
Is it
an
not?
actual thing. No, it's just a
Am I
teleport. It's
just
just
being
called Dimension
stupid?
Door. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. You cast Dimension Door, and as Garina,
Oh, I love the idea. It's an actual door, though.
for flavor, we'll say it's an actual door that opens up right under you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Me and Garina.
you can take one more person with you, can't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So you cast Dimension Door, and Garina, you feel yourself just like dragged and stretched almost like impossibly. This makes you feel sick.
I feel sick
It's
again.
only
I
like
dry heave.
a brief moment, and
Sorry.
land. Where are you wanting to situate yourself?
I mean, ideally, kind of nearish the guy, because like if Garina can get free, then we can threaten the guy.
Okay, so it's the chair that this person is on is stacked upon like a few boxes and stuff, so they're a few feet in the air.
Okay. Well, we're getting. Yeah, fuck it. We're getting closer. You know.
Okay, so you're going in
'Cause-
front, or are you wanting to get onto the pile of things?
Probably on the pile of things gives Garina a little bit more time to get out of her restraints.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you
I'm sure cause chaos.
you Dimension Door, 84, you see Naren just boom hit the pile of things with her stomach, and you see Garina also do the same as the jolt from that Dimension Door manages to push enough pressure on the bounds of Garina's ropes that and her hands are free. Her legs are still bound, but Naren, you are still restrained on this pile of like things. Garina, you're sort of like on your knees with your hands free, but your legs are still bound. And the kids are over the other side of the room now. They're behind you. They see this happen and they just turn and they start making their way towards you again.
I quickly take my axe up and I start soaring at my feet. As in the rope, not my actual feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You managed to just sort of like cut the ropes very quickly, and you are completely free. What are you wanting to do?
Nice. Wait, so how far away is this guy?
This guy's right in front of you. Like he's like just above you, and you can see it's still a little bit dim, but you can like barely make out features. And it doesn't look like a guy. It looks like a kid.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
I hold my axe up towards them,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, what can I do that's cool? I can't really do anything
I'm
that's
just
cool.
there wiggling on the floor.
Yeah. And I just say, tell him to stop if you don't want to taste this metal. And then she's like, fuck, I should have done better.
you put your axe up. 84, you witness all of this, and you see the kid put their hands up, and they go, "Stop! Everyone, stop!" And you see, as you're closer to them, you see that they're talking through what seems to be like a voice box that is connected to a bunch of pipes that is making their voice a lot deeper. And they
that's
just
cool.
sort of like put their hands up and they go, "It's fine, stop!"
Nice.
The
I'm
light's still a little
holding the
bit dim,
axe
so you can't
still.
a lot of features. You're holding the axe there,
Nice
and
on
all the
that.
kids at the other side just stop and just look.
And I'm just gonna kind of still with the axe like close to him or them. I'll just be like, untie the old lady now.
And they just sort of
Sorry,
like wave
Genie.
their hand.
Sorry, Genie.
They go over, they untie Genie. Genie sort of like gets up, dusts herself off, and she goes, "I should think so as well." As she starts like making her way past the kids towards this figure sat on this chair, as this kid still has their hands up.
And I have been
Can I-
trying
can
to
I-
wriggle out of these ropes this whole time.
Go ahead and make a straight check for me.
And can I bounce up to the kid and
Mhm.
start like trying to bounce on his knee? Essentially,
Yep.
just trying to like irritate him.
Oh, can I try and like hold the axe up, but then can I try and like catch the bouncy ball as it comes up?
Yeah. As you like, go ahead and make a dex save for me, Garina, and Katie roll a
19.
dex. That's actually contested dex
It was
check.
it was a 10.
Okay, so you just got to beat a 10. Naren, you
Oh
got
wait,
19
dex
on your
check.
strength.
Oh yeah,
19 on my strength. Yeah.
So you do manage after a little bit. You do manage to get yourself your hands free just after Genie is cut free.
Nice.
What is the contested dex check for you both?
Got a 12.
I got a 10.
So you just about like Green's just trying to catch you with her like hand on the axe, and like you're just missing it every now and again.
Yeah, can she be like going for me, and then I'm just like, she's like about to close it, and I'm like bounce. It's like she's about to try
Yeah.
and close her hands, but like almost, really close.
Garina's like 84. Will you fucking stop?
No,
The
I
moment
will not. Ooh, blues and twos. Sorry.
the moment you, Garina, as you say this, you see the group of kids just gasp and look, and you see the kid with their hands up go, "How did you know our gang name?" And they move the device away, and he goes, "How did you know our gang name?"
Your gang name's 84.
The 84 gang. And 84 as you're
she
bouncing,
she puts this she
You-
puts text down. She's like, for fuck's sake.
you see as you're
Amazing.
bouncing, you see as this person moves the
Oh god, is it another one
device
of me?
away, you notice that they bring down like they boom like a pulley down, and there's like lights that just shine across the entire room. 84, you see a very familiar figure to you. You see
Sake.
the greenish brown waistcoat, the flat cap, and the bushy ginger hair of Scooter sitting before you as he has his
God,
hands
can I
up.
turn into myself immediately?
You turn into yourself, and he goes, "Oh my god,
Scooter!
who?
What? You.
Who's Scooter?
You.
I'm the fox.
No.
Could I put my hands down now, please?
No.
Right, sorry.
There's a
Still holding
crackle of eldritch energy.
Who are you? What do you
84
want?
immediately like pulls up her like shirt to
Mhm.
show Scooter the mark on her arm, the 84 on her arm.
Garina looks awake.
Um,
She finds that uncomfortable that the child's undressing.
I'm pulling up my sleeve. I'm not.
Oh right, I thought you meant like, hey!
No, like I'm pulling up my sleeve to show like the branding, like the branded 84, like
Oh, okay,
on
never
my
mind.
arm.
It's on the arm. It's
Um,
on the arm audience, nowhere else.
Yeah. As Scooter does like lower his arms just a little bit, and he sort of looks. Right? You got the same. You got the same name or same mark as our gang?
Scooter, don't. How do you not
Why did
remember
you keep
me?
calling me
You-
Scooter?
Because you look exactly like him, and I haven't
Right.
seen him since Monarch. So
Right. Sorry.
how long have you been here?
I was born here.
Everybody says they're born here. I don't trust that.
Because we are. Everyone's born in Shaletown. Everyone knows that.
Are you eating the food around here?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Bit
I
crazy.
shouldn't do
there
that.
we
That's
go.
bad.
No,
Put your hands down now.
Scooter,
Right,
and she's literally
hands
gonna
up.
grab his
No,
face.
you're keeping your hands up.
He
Yeah,
keeps
you
his
keep your
I'm
hands
gonna
up.
put them down.
Yeah.
84 is actually gonna grab his face and
Yeah.
be like, Scooter, no, don't eat the food.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're on about.
God. I can't believe you've done this to me, TJ.
Can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe you've done this.
Can someone remind me of who Scooter is?
Oh, we don't know Scooter.
Oh, we
You
don't.
guys,
Okay.
No.
You guys don't know
Karina does,
Scooter.
and Aaron doesn't.
Oh,
I
So,
do.
I'm pretty sure you've met Scooter,
He's
right?
one of Dima's.
I feel like we've met Scooter because this name
So-
doesn't sound like a new name to
Yeah.
me, but I also have got no recollection of who
So-
Scooter is.
I know
So
Naren's never met
Scooter
him.
is a
Mine's never met him either.
Scooter is essentially the Artful Dodger. He is Dima's like right-hand man, essentially. He's one of the kids. He's the one that brought 84 into Monarch City. He was essentially like her best bud.
And he left after the attack, after Valen's first attack on the
Yeah.
group. He left with
Yeah.
Dima out of the city.
Oh, does
Yeah.
that mean Dima's here?
Probably.
Possibly, but they said in the letter they were going to separate locations.
Oh, that's true.
So he said that he was sending Scooter away and then he was also going away. So I think they're in completely different locations. Though I'm not surprised Scooter started a child underworld here, honestly.
With memories of you and Dima, it seems.
Well, memories of my name at least.
Well, he's got Dima as a little rabbit signature to lead people to where he needs
Oh,
He
that's
does.
so fucking smart, TJ.
Because originally I thought when you said rabbit, I thought we were gonna meet Dima, and I was like, that's a really dumb name for him to have, calling himself the Fox. And as soon as you said it was a kid, I was like, me? I didn't want to get too excited though.
to go. You've wanted your boy for so long and he's in such a horrible place. How do you feel?
I am taking him away. He's coming back with us. Don't care.
And you might turn into a monster.
Well, then I'm keeping him in a jar.
We've got so many things in jars. So many NPCs.
You know how like there's those memes where you keep zombies on like
On chains.
in
You're all about
yeah.
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. Zombie on the yes, I'm doing that. With Scooter. I'm gonna keep him on a lead. And he's gonna come with us.
Okay, but you got to clean up for him.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
As you see the rest of the gang just sort of like look on in confusion and just sort of like step a little bit closer, but just like stop out of curiosity and just like look. And Scooter's still with his hands up, just sort of looks just utterly confused by this whole situation.
And okay, I'm going to message into his head, and I'm just going to be like, "Do not remember anything, Dima, me. I mean, your little rabbit drawings, aren't they for Dima? I mean, you remember nothing. He sent you away for your own safety, and this is where you choose to end up."
And he sort of looks at you confused a little bit and he just goes, "Who's Dima? You say I'm this Scooter person, but
You
I'm not."
You just don't remember because this place seems to take everything from you that you are. It seems to take your memories, and for some reason you all believe you're born here, and you all like I don't know, grow into these weird creatures.
What, grown-ups? Yeah.
Oh yeah, those two.
Yeah, they're really weird. Why are you
Really
here,
weird.
by the way? And how did you find us?
Why
We
am
don't
I
let
here?
adults in, by the way. So I feel quite betrayed that as a kid yourself, you've let grown-ups in here. Thank you.
Well, a grown-up
Um,
told us about you. So
Who told us?
Andre.
And you see him like his face just goes immediately grumpy, and he pouts. And he's just like, oh. And he looks over, like still with his hands up, and he goes, Alex, go find Andre. And you just see one of the kids.
Don't do
just-
anything.
Why?
Don't do anything.
Right.
Don't.
Alex, stay there.
Andre is not the enemy.
He
Andre
told
has
us.
sent
He told
us.
us about us.
Yes, because he deems us safe.
Right.
And you can help
We're-
us.
We're looking for someone, and apparently you know everything there is to know.
Well,
So,
I do.
It
I'm
doesn't
very
surprise
smart.
me.
I'm very intelligent. Thank you.
And 84 is going to.
He sort of looks at
to
Naren as well and he
snigger.
goes, I need to help you. You're a grown up. I don't need help no one. Especially grown ups.
I got Eldritch Blast towards his feet.
No!
And like you just see him just like jump up on the chair and just like crawl up on the chair.
Uh-huh.
And 84 is going to give you the dirtiest look, and she's going to message into your head, and it's going to be real quiet. And she's going to like, if you try and hurt him again, who's like, believe me, I am not against hurting you.
And I'm going to message into 84 to her and be like, if I wanted to hurt him, I would have.
And she's gonna just prepare her hidden blade.
Okay.
And if Naren goes to him again,
Mhm.
she is gonna go for a cut
Okay.
on Naren.
And she's going to get an Eldritch Blast.
So 84,
You
you're
threatened
holding
me, I threatened you, I guess. But
you're holding an action to basically harm Naren if she
Yeah,
harms.
I'm not trying
goes
to
for
kill
him,
her.
yeah.
I'm just trying to do like a little nick on
Mhm.
her, essentially, be like, back the fuck off.
Okay. As Scooter's just like curled up on this chair, still with his hands up.
Okay. I don't know how to get through to him.
we're looking for Orange Scrivello.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Oh, why?
I
There
can't
are
Take him
swear
out
around
many
here?
reasons.
There was 3 people talking at the same time. There.
Sorry.
It's so good. I just heard you all at the exact same time. Katie, what was your response?
I just said to take him out of here, obviously.
Okay, Karina, what did she say?
Karina said I can't swear around children.
Darren, what did you say? Darren, what did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said, oh, for many reasons, to be honest. We don't really know exactly why we need him, but we need him.
And he sort of like looks, he goes, oh, right, well, I know where he is.
Where is he?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, because
Why not?
that's not how this works, right? You're
Okay.
scary,
It's
you're
about
real
saying
scary,
exchange.
but I
Let's-
need
let's
something
do
in
an
return.
Exchange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't
what-
slash your throat open with this axe.
Uh,
Karina looks
Karina.
84, sorry.
Karina. And
Sorry.
84 is also going to look at Karina like Paddington Bear stare.
I
And
won't burn
be-
you and all your friends alive right now.
And be like, manners, my friends, please.
Oh, you're saying that to me?
Yes, to you.
Karina would be like, oh, brilliant. Yeah, but they can tie me up. That's absolutely fine then.
Scooter like looks, he goes, well, thank you for assuring me that you won't kill me, like, normal people. But if you're wanting the information, then you've got to do something for me first. For us, actually. More to the point.
What do you want?
I want
What?
you to get me access to a ship.
Brilliant.
Oh.
You're a child.
That sounds like fun.
We're not sailing it. I can't sail a
Oh.
boat.
That's boring.
We want what's on it.
What's on it?
I don't know, but apparently it's supposed to be
Brilliant.
real.
Fantastic.
We got the manifesto, right? And apparently it's marked under like an unknown. It's just sort of blacked out, and it's the only thing that is. So I want it. We wants it.
Which ship?
It's a big one, biggest one in the harbor.
Karina
All the
Okay,
says,
same name.
can you show me? Can you show me the ship?
Sure.
Karina's losing her shit.
Can I can show you once we've hashed out all
Do
the
the
details.
ships even go anywhere?
You sort of see him like look confused, and he goes,
If the only place is Shaletown, where do they go?
Solid point.
True.
"There's the sea. You shall. I don't know.
No, you mean the lake?
No, the sea.
Can we show the map?
Yeah, you show the map.
I want to show him the world map though. The world map
Oh.
I have.
So the map of Noro.
Oh my god, it's just gonna
Yeah,
like make him
the
die.
map of Noro.
Okay.
I want to show him the map of Noro and be like, the lake. And,
He's gonna
like,
start
point
bleeding
to
from
it.
his nose after you've blown
Hope
his
not.
mind.
It's not.
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to kill Scooter.
Go ahead and roll me a
Almost like a persuasion, isn't it?
yeah, I guess it's persuasion.
Trying to persuade him that there is more.
Yeah.
Or
Roll a
would it be considered
Yes.
deception considering he doesn't believe me?
I'll tell you what. You can either roll a deception check, a persuasion check, or a charisma check to determine if you're trustworthy enough. If the charisma check will be if he trusts you enough to believe what you're trying to tell him. The deception check will be trying to essentially tell him
Throw all of
something
them.
that goes against his entire life that he's known,
Okay.
as far as you're
Yep.
aware, and the persuasion check is essentially doing the same.
Okay, I think I'm gonna try and roll deception.
Okay.
Ooh, it's good.
Okay.
It's a 19 plus 6.
So 25.
25.
Wow, okay.
25.
As
Believe me, baby. Believe me.
as you get out this map and you start showing him the map, how are you going to persuade him that the Shaletown that you're showing him on this map is legit?
So I'm gonna show him the Shaletown map,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna be like, so this is everything you think exists, yes?
Yeah. Right?
I'm gonna this, and I'm gonna show him the world map or the like country map, I guess, as well as the Noro map.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna be like, so Shaletown is within Noro. Get out the Noro map, and I'm like, see, Shaletown and your lake, and show him the rest of Noro, and I'm like, and this is within this continent, and show him the continent map. Essentially,
Do you have an entire map of Falaria? I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I believe so. Didn't you
We've
give us
got-
one?
You've got separate maps
Quite
of
a
Monarch and
bit.
Noro, but I
Yeah.
don't believe you've got an entire continent map of the entire
Did I
We-
not? Did I
we've
not get
got
one
it-
from the commander? Not the
the general.
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 Yeah, the general
Yeah,
gave you the
didn't he
map
give
of
me a big
Monarch.
map?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
to
got,
the region of Monarch. I don't think you have an entire country map of Falaria.
but we
just
do
yet.
have it saying
Yes.
we do have the Monarch bit, and it points off being like origin.
Yeah, you
and
have
lore
you
and
have
stuff
Yeah,
Monarch
like
we
and
that,
have-
Noro.
so-
yeah,
You can
okay.
see that they're linked if you put them together.
Okay,
Um,
so yeah, I will show him that that's linked, and I'll show him the section which just says like origin as
Yeah,
well. And
okay.
I'm like, see, I'm like, your little town is part of something so much bigger. I mean, where did we come from? You've never seen us around here before, and apparently you don't know who I am. So
he's going to roll a wisdom save to see what happens
don't have a
upon
nosebleed.
believing you.
Make them believe.
I'm gonna roll genius dice.
I do believe in fairies. I do.
I do.
do.
So he
I
rolled.
do believe in fairies!
He rolled a 14, and he's got a +2 in his wisdom, and so he sort
Okay.
of like looks and he goes, and you see you think you see like the glisten of like a tear fall down his cheek, and he goes, but we're all born here. If I wasn't born here,
No.
then where am I from?
You're from Monarch, and I show him Monarch, and I get out the town map, and I'm like, this is where we met. And you showed me to Dima, and I point out where Dima's shop is on the little Monarch city map.
Nice.
And I'm like, you were cared for by a person called Dima, who happened to be a rabbit person. And he had a bookshop. And we used to do jobs for him, and we had lots of other children friends. We all like just hanged out in the city together.
So where's my gang from then? Are they from
I don't know.
Monarch
They
too?
could be from everywhere. It could be from here. They could be part of Dima's lot. Don't know. It could be from everywhere.
Right.
It seems to be that once you come into this town, it's really easy to get stuck. You can't get out. I mean, it was difficult enough getting in. The mists everywhere. We could barely find our way here.
We're not. We were always told we're not supposed to go out into the woods because there are things out there and they'll
There
get
are.
us.
Yep. They're not
So-
wrong.
I don't not believe you, but I don't really know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. I just need you to start understanding that not everything in Shaletown is as it appears to you.
Right.
And 84's going to try and give him one of her rations.
Okay.
Be like, have you had food from outside the town? And so she hands over the ration. She's like, just try a bit.
So
Just want to see how it tastes to you.
What's in the ration that you give him? What do you think?
I'm thinking.
It's a Cornish pasty.
It's a small mini pasty.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so much a ration as it is one of her favorite snacks, a croissant.
Okay.
She's been keeping back. She's been keeping back some of the bakery stuff they've gotten.
Okay, so it's a stale croissant.
Yeah, stale croissant. But she's gonna be like, oh, I've got like little jars, and there's like a little jar with a little bit of jam on it, and she's like, put this on it to make it a bit sweeter.
Nice. He sort of like does that, and he sort of bites into it, and you see his eyes just like blow up as he just sort of goes, "Wow, oh my god!"
Right? Tastes great.
Have you got
Croissants are
more then?
amazing. Somewhere. I have lots of snacks. Don't tell the
Oh, I was just about to call them all over for one.
others. I mean, also my others. Don't tell them either. I don't
right.
tell them. I've got lots of snacks.
Okay, no, I won't say nothing. Well, when you find Orin, can I come with you to see
Of course,
everything
of
else?
course. And he visibly sees how excited she is, and like she's trying to contain it, but she's doing a terrible job. She's like bouncing, like in place as a person, as if she was still a bouncy ball. She's like bouncing in place, and she's like, "Yes, come with me."
He sort of like looks at you. He goes, "Right, okay, right. But you still got to do the heist though. I still want that thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then I'll
Yeah,
tell you
get
where
the ship,
I'll tell you where Orange Scrivello is.
Biggest ship in the harbor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he sort of like beckons a few other kids over, and they sort of like very slowly come over, staring at Naren, just sort of like looking and very carefully creeping over to make sure she's not going to hit them or something.
That's fair.
And he goes, "Oh right, okay, so so you don't need to steal it. Well, I mean, if you want to, that'd be great because that'll make our job easier. We just need access to the ship. But only difficulty is, unlike the rest of the grown-ups, whenever we go out, the chosen few don't leave us alone. They just stare at us. They don't trust us, and so we literally every time we're doing stuff, we can't really get away with a lot these days, especially in the docks because they're sort of always watching. So if it were adults doing it, it's a little less likely that we're going to get caught.
Okay.
We're ready to snatch it. We're ready to like get it. We just need you to get us access to the boat, and then cause a big distraction, and draw everyone away, and then we'll go on and grab it. but we don't
Okay,
know what it's in. It could be a box. It could be a big box. So one of you might need to stick around just in case it's too heavy for us.
Yeah. And like we have a perfect person for the job for heavy things. It's
Right.
fine.
Hello towards Jam.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I was about to say that was perfect, TJ. that was definitely the
Aries
Aries
would be proud.
mannerism.
Yeah, I was just like in
Aries
the
would be
background, just.
proud. Yeah.
So as he sort of like looks and he just goes, right. So if you get us access, we'll nab it, and then once it's back and safe, I'll give you the location. It's not really. It's I don't
Question.
really. Yeah.
On the. You don't need to tell me where he is, obviously, right now until we've done our side.
Mhm.
Just want to know. He wouldn't happen to be in one of the really dangerous areas, would he?
I don't know. Well, I don't know where he is specifically, but I know someone who knows where he is, so I can give you I can give you where he is, and then he can take you to him.
Right.
But I won't give you any
Okay.
names, and I won't tell you where to meet him until this is done. But as far
Okay.
as I know, Scrivello's like really secret, and he sort of he's kind of like well, we always say stay away from him because he's a bit, you know, and we
Oh, okay.
we don't really go near him. So we have someone who sort of goes back and forth. That's how we sort of communicate with him.
Okay. Good to
And
know.
how often do you see this person who goes back and forth?
Fairly often. At least once every 4 days or so, I think.
How
And
long has it been
how-
since he was here?
About 2 days, 3 days, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm just gonna be like, thoughts on stealing a ship? Anybody?
Well, they want something
Putting
on the
down
ship.
for
They
it?
don't want to steal a ship.
I know, but we gotta create the distraction for the ship and the whole thing.
Whatever gets me
mean-
out of this town quicker.
Yeah, we can create a
True.
distraction.
Excellent.
Great, they're so done.
Uh,
So fucking done.
I mean,
You could do with a fight, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can create a
okay,
distraction.
cool. You guys can create a fight. I
If
think
we-
I'm probably gonna sneak onto the ship.
Yeah, if you could sneak the kids onto the ship, we can create a distraction, and I can bounce us out of there. If I can have a little rest, that would be great first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you need a short rest?
ideally, just in case so I have both spell slots rather than one spell slot. Extra.
Okay. Can we say, TJ, that we spend an hour in the camp sort of planning out
Yeah, sure.
the attack, allowing us for a short rest?
Yeah.
Cool.
As you're sort of gathering yourselves for this hour and you're sort of planning and things, you hear a rumble, heavy shaking, and the building sort of like moves a little bit, and you just hear this loud noise, seemingly from outside. And you hear and you see Scooter just sort of like go a little bit pale, and he goes, "Oh, I forgot. You're gonna want to be slightly more careful with the boat. I forgot to track how long it had been. Bubbles is in the harbor.
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Oh, what do you mean?
What is a
Who is
bubbles?
Bubbles?
It's
The fuck is Bubbles?
he lives in
Maybe
the water.
something can fight Garena.
He lives in the water. I've never really seen him, and now and again he'll pop out his little arm thingy. But he kind
Oh,
of.
is it a tentacle thing?
I think so.
Really? We've seen this in a dream.
Yeah, true.
He comes into the harbor now and again, and then he just goes out to sea. Sorry, lake. I think.
So it doesn't snag anyone, doesn't cause any trouble.
Well, he hasn't for a while.
Oh.
I've heard if he gets too agitated or too hungry, I've heard people talk about him sort of coming out a little bit more, but I've not seen him. I knew he's there. He's very loud.
Great. Well, 84. What would you like to do?
Planning session.
I mean, idea is obviously you guys create a distraction while I get the kids on to get the thing, and then Jam stays close enough so that I can message Jam and get Jam to pick up a big box if it is indeed a big box. How you guys want to go about doing the distraction is up to you. I guess you could take on Bubbles if you wanted. Or you could create a distraction away from the harbor. Drawing
Kill
people.
Bubbles.
Oh, sure. I'm not going to stop you from killing Bubbles. If he's the thing we saw in our dream, then I think it deserves to die.
Bubbles is disgusting and should die. You're right.
Yep.
That's the name of the episode.
Bubbles is disgusting and deserves to die.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, sorry, Powerpuff Girl fans.
Oh, yeah. Or Little Britain fans.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Bubbles, darling. Call me Bubbles.
Bubbles, darling. Everyone does.
If you want to take on possibly a Kraken, we could give it a go.
You guys don't have to kill it. You just need to use
Cause a
it as a
distraction.
distraction. Yeah.
Create a distraction.
Yeah. You guys don't actually have to kill it. You can just attack it, and then once we've got what we need, we can run.
True.
Which means Garena gets to hit things, which make her
I
happy.
do. That does make me happy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't see why not. We could attack Bubbles.
Hooray!
Seems like a terrible idea, but let's give it a go.
We're having calamari tonight.
I do like calamari.
Calamari is good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I can't get my pen.
So are you?
So if you guys would like to try and chop
Bigger.
off a tentacle for me so that we can, like, you know, chop it into smaller sections, batter, fry it, that would be great.
So are you done with your planning, or do you want to work out any more details?
What
So-
details are there?
Yeah, true.
Attack Kraken, get on ship.
Karina, are we
Okay.
attacking a Kraken?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you guys, just so we know, are you guys doing it while still cloaked, like still hooded?
Yeah, I'll be disguised.
Okay.
Disguise
Okay.
self as, whatever.
So as you come to the end of this hour, you've had the long rest and you've been speaking about the plan and things.
Long rest.
You come to an agreement. Scooter sort of like steps up to your group and goes, right, if you're ready, a group of about 4 of us is coming with you. We're gonna hold back until it's ready, until it's safe, to get on the boat, and then we'll head down. I don't think it's on top of the boat. I think it's in the inside bit. So once you're ready, we'll follow you in.
Right, so kill Bubbles as a distraction with Naren and the rest go in the ship. Cool.
I mean, yeah,
Sounds good.
I mean, Jam can help you kill Bubbles.
No,
Just-
Jam
I
needs
need
to
him
stay
on-
with you.
Yeah, Jam is doing strong stuff with you guys.
Mhm. And Jeannie's following to make sure nothing happens to you.
Mm.
Are you?
Thank you, Jeannie.
Yes.
She sort of goes, I'm needed on the ship, Emma.
Yeah, follow
Yes.
the children, please.
I was
Alright.
gonna leave Jeannie with the other kids doing story time, but okay.
That's even safer.
Mm.
I don't really mind where I go as long as you don't get hurt.
I mean, Garena is gonna go attack a massive kraken.
Oh, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you lot.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
We could try and keep the battle away from said ship, but it
Yeah, that would
won't
be
be
great.
that far away, unfortunately.
How
'cause
far can you
distraction.
message?
120.
Yeah.
Is that further away than where the ship will be?
Dunno.
You're unsure yet.
Yeah.
We don't know how
Okay.
far away Bubbles is.
Well, you might be able to message.
I might be.
Or just send one of the kids back if you need help, and then Jeannie can come and help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay.
And the
So, after you
fool-
finalize your plans, Scooter readies some of the kids, and you see they have like rucksacks and stuff. And you see they have like more rucksacks than what would probably permit this one item that they say they want. And
Well, they're
Scooter
obviously going to
sort of-
pick up other stuff.
Yeah, Scooter like looks at you, 84, and just goes, "Shh."
And 84 is just is gonna essentially just do like a little heart, which they used to do to each other in town when they knew they were getting something good. It was just like, yeah.
He sort of like looks and goes,
And so she does a little heart.
and as you all get ready and you push your way out of this abandoned area back through the tunnels, Jeannie stays back with the children. Is Jeannie staying back with the children, or is she coming with 84? What's happening with that? Confirmed.
She is staying back with the children.
Okay.
But if it is all going tits up, then 84 will send one of the children back to basically tell Jeannie that they need her.
Okay.
/ get more children.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cannon
Lovely
fodder.
stuff. So
Mm.
as you make your way of this building, you
Yeah,
follow
feed
the
the kids
alleyway
bubbles.
back out.
Yeah.
You follow the alleyway back out onto the dock side, and this is what you're greeted with.
By
So
the
this
way,
is the layout
could
that you have.
I
to work
ask
What the fuck are those things?
with. These dots here,
the
they're the chosen few
chosen-
members.
yeah.
They are
Oh,
dotted
okay, that's
around
good.
the entire.
They look like
dock.
Moon Knight.
They do look a little bit like Moonlight.
There's
They're
so
Moon Knight, but,
many
like,
of
dirty.
them.
Dirty and bondagey.
So,
my favourite.
You guys have to start attacking before we can do the ship.
Yeah, so there are all of what's on the map is intentional. So if you have any questions about what things are, what you can use, just ask. Couldn't use Dungeon Alchemist because no longer have access to it. So I am using a different thing instead. So
It looks
after you
great.
come
does
out
look great.
and you're on this like dockyard area, we're going to have a little break, and then we're going to come back and you can
Okay.
formulate your plans. Oh, cute.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Okay, so
I really wish we had Jam to also fight things.
welcome back. We are back from the break, and we
Boo.
are going straight into. We're
That's boo
gonna
episode.
roll initiative, just so we have sort of
no.
like an order to go in as you're moving along. Obviously, combat not started just yet, but for the ease of things.
So now I'm dying
Okay.
in the fantasy world. Amazing.
So, if everyone wants to roll initiative,
Ooh, I've actually done well today.
19.
so Naren got 19.
Initiative.
Yes.
I got
Initiative.
a 40. Nope. Yes, 14. 14. I couldn't add 6 to 8.
Katie, what did you get?
22.
22. Look at that.
Got an 18 plus 4.
Nice.
I really hope I haven't wasted all my good rolls.
Okay, so we begin. Top of the initiative order, 84. As you begin to all make your way to the docks, 84, you sort of like look around and you're about to make your first move. You look over, just like off of the pier, and you just notice there's like a bubbling in the water, as if the water is like boiling, and there's foam being like displaced in various places, and you see the waves just picking up smashing against the stone and the concrete dock that you're on, and you just see the boiling of the water, and there's tiny rays of steam that just sort of make their way into the air, and you just hear that groan and rumble as you make your way onto the docks.
Just so you know, Boris got 17 as his
Mhm.
initiative.
Okie dokie, 17.
Okay,
What's Boris's dex?
Boris's dex is +1, so 13.
Okay. 13. Okay, cool. Lovely. So, 84, what would you like to do?
Can I essentially, I guess, do like, I don't know. I basically want to suss out the guys to see if I can figure out whether they're low enough level for me to murder straight out.
Go ahead and roll an insight check on one of the
Sure.
chosen few as you walk past.
Turns out I have really good insight. I didn't know that.
Mm.
Hooray! 19.
19? From what you can just tell, just sort of like looking at them, they seem very frail, fragile, and not at all capable fighters.
Excellent.
And so it's likely that you're going to be able to use your hidden blade the way it's intended.
Amazing. Where are we actually on the map? Because right now we're right next to a guy.
So
Yeah,
you can
but-
place yourself, so anywhere before this broken grate here, you can place
Okay.
yourself wherever you need to. I'm going to put Genie here. So
Okay,
anywhere
great.
between this and this, you can place yourself wherever you need to. And these big things here are large lanterns that are just slightly glowing a little bit to help the ships.
Right, okay. And how dark is it right now? 'Cause I know it's during the day, but Shaletown seems to
It's
be
still
dark
it's
anyway.
still nighttime. It's only ever so slightly lighter out than
Right.
it would have been last night.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds like my type of place.
Yeah. Oh. What direction is this guy looking in?
That guy there.
Yeah.
That guy is looking
This
straight off
gentleman.
to the water.
The water. Okay. And what about the guy here?
He's looking over to these crates. He seems to just be like inspecting them a little bit and just sort of. You see, he's got like a clipboard and he's filling things out. He's inspecting these crates at the moment.
You could Spartan kick him into the water.
Well, I can't because this guy here is looking right at the water. So it's fine. I'm just gonna take out this guy first.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth
Essentially, I
check
want to
before you
just
do.
go behind him and just like stab him in the neck very quietly, hand over his mouth.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to roll a stealth check with disadvantage because you are a child.
Right. Okay.
And as you're like
That's fair.
walking,
He's taller
you
than
do
me.
see him just sort of following you around. Because you know
I
from,
have come up behind him, haven't I?
but you know that from what Scooter said that the chosen few are watching children because they don't trust them.
Yeah, but I've already come up, but I've come from behind him, haven't I?
So you're coming from like this area. So if you wanted to come up behind him,
Oh.
yeah. So this is like the area. This here is a fenced off bit. So you're coming from here, essentially. So you'd have to go round. Where's the thingy?
Okay.
Line.
Oh.
So you'd have to go. Essentially, you'd have to go, boosh, 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 and up, without drawing too much of his attention. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you could try and cross this bit, the
Okay.
grate.
Would that take me an action to cross it?
Like I'll say it's a bonus action depending on how you do it because you're quite dexterous anyway.
Yeah.
So depending on how you wanted to do it, I'll say it's a bonus action.
Do I attack? The thing is, if I attack the guy by the crates, this guy's gonna see me anyway. Damn you. Where are the reeds that I can hide in? And the bushes. Where are those?
Where's the big cart of hay that you can just dive
Yeah,
into?
where's the hay bales? Honestly, I thought I was playing Assassin's Creed, not D&D.
Assassin's D&D.
Assassin's D&D. Okay. You know what? Screw it. I will take the disadvantaged
Okay.
stealth roll.
Okay.
Because my stealth is really high. So.
Okay. Lovely.
So my first is a 12 plus 9. So that's
Okay.
my first roll.
Lovely.
And my next one is a 16 plus 9. So I guess we're going
Okay,
with
so you get
12
21.
plus 9. 21.
So as you like make your way across this like platform, you do see him like clock you and just not leave, like his view doesn't leave you until you look over and you just see one like the fisherman just sort of like stumble and you see a box and you, just for a brief moment he looks away and you manage to like go round, and as you do you see him look back and try and just like look where you are, and he seemingly can't see you, can't find you.
Oh no. What a shame. Yeah. So I would like to go behind him essentially and just hand straight over his mouth. Like I know that's obviously quite high up for me, because fully grown adult. But yeah, hand over his mouth, and I'm just gonna just try and stab him in his neck, and I'm just gonna
Amazing.
try and like, I guess, direct his fall towards like behind there.
Oh, so behind the pipes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
as he falls, I'm just gonna like try and like hold him so that he goes that way.
Okay. Just to like have like an overview, the platform you see there is more to it further on. So like this is quite a large open space, but as you like come up behind him, you grab his
Can I
like.
put him in the hole then?
If you could, yeah, if you want to.
Actually, I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough to pick
I
him
was
up
just
and
about to
take
say
him
it's gonna be a straight check if
Yeah.
you're gonna.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna fail that.
So as you come up behind him, you just stab him in the neck, and he doesn't have time to let out any noise. And it seems that like any noise that does come out of his mouth behind the mask is like muffled. And you just
Cool.
and he falls to the ground, and you guide his fall to behind this pipe, and he's dead.
Cool. As a bonus action, can I use some of this rope and stuff that's here just to put over his body so he just like adds to part of the
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you
hide him a little bit, like as my bonus action.
you head over and you grab some rope and things, and you pull it over him, and go ahead and make a. What are you at? Make a. Oh no. Make another stealth check.
Another
Just to see if you can get enough rope and like put it in such a way that is hidden from people.
Not as good.
Genie's not there. Genie's away.
17.
17. It's enough. You grab a fair bit of rope and you think this should be enough. And you sort of like pile it on top of him and move it in such a way that you think the shadows and things that are being cast by the light will be enough to hide what bits of him are still viewable.
Nice. And then she soon sort of do the casual lean up against the pipe, like just casual kid at the docks, you know.
As you do.
Casual kid at the docks.
And
I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay. So with that, Naren, it's your go.
Oh no. Cool. What can I see going on with the water?
Same as 84. As you're like walking along, you see the bubbling, you see the foam sort of like being displaced. You see various ripples, and you see waves just hitting the edge of it, and the jetties are sort of like rocking a little bit as they're a little bit more fragile. You can see the chosen few looking over at the water as this happens, but it doesn't seem to bother them. And I will say as well that the chosen few are on the map purely because they're the most iconic people in this space right now, but there are still civilians. There are fishermen. There are various tradesmen that are going on and off of boats and things that are still
Right. Okay.
in this area.
Good to know.
Karina, should I just shoot into the water? Shoot a guy? What's
Yeah.
ready?
I can't
sh-
do much unless you bring it out. So
Yeah.
Okay. Would I be able to reach the water from like the edge?
From where?
From like if I went towards the edge of if I went towards the water, would I be able to reach it from the side?
Ping where you're on about for me on the map.
1
'cause I
second.
can't see where you're.
How do you ping again?
You press and
it
hold
down.
the mouse
Yeah.
button.
Like if I
Oh,
just
so
went
there?
over, just like to the edge.
Yeah, it's about a 5-7 foot drop down. But you
Okay.
can get to the edge of that jetty and have a view of the water if you wanted to.
I want to be able to get my hand into it, really.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
a
what I was
little bit
asking,
ways down, yeah.
Cool.
Because as you can see, as you with this edge as well, the jetties that are like peering out these wooden bits here, there
Yeah.
are stairs leading down to them, so they're sort of like lower than the actual dock itself.
Yeah. Okay. So whereabouts is the bubbling happening?
Pretty much all over. There's just
Oh, okay.
actually, go ahead and roll a perception check for me to see if you can determine if there's
Cool.
a pattern or not.
I want to know what bubbles is. That is 18.
18. You can determine that there is bubbling happening. Okay, so you wouldn't be able to see over there. There's bubbling happening here
Oh, okay.
and here and here.
Oh, okay.
3 bubbles?
That's all you can see with an 18.
Okay. Garina, what if it's just easier to kill the guards? Oh wait, we need to distract them because there are other people. I keep forgetting there are other people.
There's other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to. Sorry, it's taking so long.
No, it's fine.
Throw a dead body in there.
Throw that
Eat
body
it.
in there.
It's not. It's not really a
Eat
traditional
it.
combat, so it's fine.
I will. Yeah,
Eat
I
the
will.
thing.
I'll go on the jetty over here.
Mhm.
I think that's my full movement. What's around me? Who's around me? What's going on here?
So you can see on this specific jetty, the boat that's next to you now. You see, it's quite a small fishing boat. It's just filled to the brim, full of like lures and baits and fishing rods, and it's just like packed. It's basically like a hoarder's nightmare for, a hoarder's dream for like a fishing boat. There seems to be like an older woman coming on and off with various
no.
like bags and things of fish, and there's a bloke that on the other end of the jetty that seems to just be like filling out some sort of manifest. But there are people taking off their catch, and it seems as well. Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Oh, insight.
Yeah.
That's 11.
11. It seems to be that they're also getting ready for possibly another trip out somewhere. So they're sort of dumping off their catch and then heading out. Possibly heading out for another fishing haul.
Okay.
bam, 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 bam.
I think I can't really do anything now because I dashed, so I've used my action.
Okay.
And then I've talked to Garina twice, which I think is taking the piss if I keep using that as a free action, you know?
From here, it'd be shouting at that point.
Oh, I don't mean to Garina. Sorry, I meant
Oh.
to the Fisher people. Just talk in general.
Combat
How's
hasn't
that?
started yet, so you can, if you wanted to
That's
talk to them,
true.
you can talk to them.
So, okay. Well, in that case, I would just like to mention to the fish people, I'll be like, have you heard about Bubbles?
Oh, yeah. Bubbles is quite quite a fixture around here. We thought we thought he was part of the Rotters, but he was still here when the Rotters disappeared, and when they went, turns out he's just part of the world, one of the Chosens, one of the Chosens.
Oh.
The well, I daren't say pet. Bless him. I feel like he's more than that, but I feel like he's part of the Chosen. You know, he's sort of a
Yeah.
blessing.
Oh, okay. So you quite like Bubbles.
Oh yeah. Oh,
He's
absolutely.
good. It's good to you. Yeah.
It can be, yeah. Unless you don't respect the sea. Of course, if you
Okay.
don't respect the ocean or your catch, then sometimes it can make Bubbles angry, which in turn makes the Chosen angry. You know.
Okay. How best to not disrespect the sea?
Well, I don't really know how to explain that to you. You're a fisher person, are you? Or
I'm learning the trade, so I'm.
oh
trying to-
right.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it'd be difficult to say unless you're out on the water itself. It's difficult to explain how to respect the sea, but she's a very tempting mistress, and she's got a temper, and and I suppose it's just about putting back what you don't need, keeping in what the ocean needs and what the sea needs, and not taking too much more than your fair share.
Okay. And what about giving to the ocean without taking?
How do you mean?
Don't know. I'm just wondering if obviously you take from the ocean what you need, but and then give back what you don't need. But is there a case where you could just give to the ocean?
Well, I've always seen it as giving. The way we give back is by prayer for the Chosen. The Chosen, obviously, the all-being God, looks over everything, and so if we praise Him and pray to Him, He looks upon us favorably. So we give Him our faith, which in turn allows us to sail these oceans, to get our catch, and to satisfy our faith in Him.
Understood. Where's the line? Praise be His light, and good day to you.
Praise be, good day to you too.
Yeah.
As they carry
That's
on,
the end
just
of my
like
turn.
loading off their
Yep.
ship. Boris is up next. Oh, actually, sorry. So up next, some of the chosen few are going to head
Oh,
and start moving.
damn it. Really wanted to throw that guy in the water. Now you've moved him.
Goes over to here. Yeah. Now it's Boris's turn.
Okay. What is Boris doing?
What does Boris want to do?
Oh wait, I forgot he had a long rest. I can give him his health back. Hooray! I'm like, there you go, Boris. Have a good day. Okay, 1 second. I'm just checking thaumaturgy,
Okay.
which for some reason is apparently his new favorite spell.
Yeah, apparently so. It came in very handy in the forest.
Yeah. Okay. I think what's the distance on that?
It's
1 second.
120, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Oh, it's 30.
Is it 30 for
It's 30.
noises as well? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Let me track distances. Boop, badoop. Okay. So, and then if he. Okay. So, I'm gonna have him like essentially fly himself and land himself on the end of this boat.
Okay.
Then towards these rocks, as
Mhm.
far as he can, he's going to cast Thaumaturgy to make it sound like an angry growling in the water. So
Okay.
he's essentially going to try and like go towards where the bubbles are, and he's going to try and create like angry noises of this creature.
Okay. Okay. So as you cast this thing, you just hear that rumbling noise coming over the ocean. And as you do this, you hear off somewhere fairly nearby, you hear a response. You hear
Is he talking to this weird creature? Great, love that. Good. Can Boris in Thaumaturgy try and offend the creature's mother, please?
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
Sure.
Your mother is big as a whale.
Yo, mama.
Your mum is so big the ocean can't even contain her anymore. Oh, right. Charisma, right?
Yeah.
That's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
As this response comes back, you see ripples in the water, and you start to see movement coming closer to the large central ship.
Okay. I'm not really sure Boris can do much more because that was his actions.
Okay.
So yeah, that's him done. He's just gonna chill like a seagull on the end of that ship.
Okay.
Quacking furiously.
Okie dokie.
Is he doing that thing like when seagulls light off, but it's just quacks?
Yeah, he's essentially laughing at his own joke about how big the monster's mama is. He's like, yes, that was a good one. He was like, I wish others could have heard that. That was excellent.
So, with that, and with a 17 on charisma check, offending this, whatever this is, the Bubbles' mother, you start to see ripples in the water. The bubbles and the steam begin to move and shift. You see the foam being displaced and even more waves sucking in and pushing forward, as if there is something fairly large that's making their way into the harbor right now. And you hear that rumble once more. And as you look on, 84, you wouldn't be able to see this, but Naren, Boris, and Garina, you would.
Oh no.
As you see a tentacle just make its way out of the water and slide onto the large ship and just
Wrong ship, asshole.
and just start to sort of like move, and it just sort of sways there, and then it goes back under the sea, and you lose sight of it.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Um,
That's all we can get away with without copyright.
Yeah. Disney will come for us.
Yeah, they will. Okay, so with that, it's Garina's turn. Garina, what would you like to do?
I think Garina is gonna. Oh, I don't really know. Go near Vi.
Okay.
Vi's not here right now.
I mean, sorry, Naren. And just, I don't really know what she can do, to be honest. apart from like just try and piss it off that it will come out, but equally everyone's gonna hate me if I do that. That's here.
I have an idea which people might hate me for doing as well. So if you want to do something, do it.
There's not a lot I can do
Do
to
it.
at range is the issue. I Can I ask the gem if it knows what this thing is?
Yeah.
So like just in
Ooh.
my own head be like, I assume I just talk to it through my head at this
You
point.
can do, yeah.
But just think like, so been a while. There's a big bastard under here. Do you reckon we can take it?
Always. Especially with my help. How big are we talking?
I don't know yet. You heard of bubbles before?
I've heard of bubbles, but if you're referring to a specific thing, no, I can't say I have.
Well, you'll meet it soon.
I hope so. I'm getting ever so bored.
Oh, aren't we all? Imagine I'm like relating to the gem.
As the gem continues talking, and he goes, but, and you just hear him like stop, and you can hear minor like whispers peering into your mind, and he goes, that's not me. And you just hear, yes, yes, yes.
Brilliant. So you heard that as well?
Yes. Very odd. Yours
Should I be
mine
concerned?
I'd say so. Yours and my mind aren't linked.
Mm-mm.
Go careful.
Mm.
I would hate to
We're
perish so soon.
not going to perish. Garina will just kind of look at Narin while she's having this conversation.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think so, other than axes in both hands.
Okay.
Like maybe ready the action for if it comes out near us, the tentacle thing.
Okay. 84. It's your go.
I didn't expect that to come around so quickly. I'm currently jamming.
Got the tavern music on, do you?
Oh no, I haven't. I really
Oh.
haven't.
Oh, that's fine.
TJ's given us this really suspenseful music, and all of us are like, no.
It's too
Not happening.
spooky. Need tavern music. I get it. it's
No.
fine. I do.
TJ, I have spooky music on
Thank
if it
you,
helps.
Ash. Thank you.
Yeah.
At least
I'm
you're
very
getting
much
a
I
full
did have it on.
experience.
Yeah. That's why I
I
feel
have
so
not
tense
had
right
it on
now.
this entire time. I've got musicals on. Sorry.
Okay, so 84. What would you like to do?
That's
What am I doing? What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay. How big are those boxes? Like, how tall are they?
They're quite tall. They're stacked on top of each other. They're about 2 foot tall each. They're quite like large boxes.
Okay. And how many people are like around where I am currently?
Where you are presently, not very many.
Yeah,
They're
like
more
general
towards
people.
oh, just, like in the general area, or like specifically
Yeah,
around
like
that radius that you're
the
in?
general public within like a radius of me.
Okay, within a radius of you, we'll say about a 20-foot radius of you, you can see that it's fairly scarce of people. There are people wandering around this way. There are people
Okay.
you can see off in the distance wandering over here, and there are a couple of people just chilling over here, seemingly like inspecting parts of the dock, tying down the boat itself as well.
Okay. And
I will
Yes.
note that Scooter has basically mentioned to you that it's only the chosen few that basically need to be dealt with for you to get access.
Cool.
Then they didn't seem too worried about the general public.
sweet. Distraction is not my job. Murder is my job.
Distraction is not my job. It's murder.
Nope. I don't even think I have anything that could distract this thing. I guess I could throw a dissonant whispers at it. Sure. So I'm gonna move to essentially within, like, nestled in between these boxes.
Okay.
Try and hunker myself down.
Mhm.
So essentially hide myself within those boxes.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Sure. My favorite kind of check. Nat 20, baby!
Hey.
Plus 9, 29.
As you move from your position, you see a crowd of people, about 4 or 5 people, just sort of like walk past you, and you just slip into this crowd, and like as you move with it, almost like surfing. As you move with this crowd, you sort of step out into these boxes, and you are seemingly completely unnoticed.
Love that. Cool. We're going to do I have to have line of sight? Would you say the creature is within 60 feet of me? Because I don't have to be able to see it, it just has to be within range.
You just have to know it's within 60 feet of you.
Yeah.
Yes,
It is? Excellent.
it is.
Then I'm gonna perform a dissonant whispers at it.
Okay. Go ahead and perform a dissonant whispers at it.
Excellent. Right. I need to 1 second, sorry.
No worries.
Spell reading. The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Of 14 is the DC.
14, yeah?
14.
They rolled a natural 16 on the dice, which that brings
Fair.
it to 22.
So, unsuccessful save. So you'll take half damage.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna roll 3d6s, and you don't have to move
Okay.
because you passed.
Mhm.
So, so half of 13, and we go with the lower number
Which is
because I'm the one
6.
attacking. So yes,
Yeah, so
6.
6 points of damage.
So 6 points of damage, and 84 and Boris are of one mind at this current moment.
Okay.
And she's also gonna make a your mama joke.
Okay. What are you gonna say?
Because she doesn't do that much damage, because obviously it's saved, so it's not gonna be very good. She's gonna be like, yeah, your mama's so tentacly, she could be called calamari. Not really realizing that this is a tentacled creature, and therefore probably not going to offend it that much.
As you push this thought into its head, focusing on solely its mother, not knowing what it looks like or what it actually is, you focus solely on its mum, and you cast this, and you feel a knockback as you push this psychic energy into wherever this is. You feel something crawl into your brain, like almost you can feel it like a worm, and as you like send this thought into its head, just ahead of you, almost like ethereal, like you just see this horrific jaw filled with jagged teeth and yellow eyes, and you just catch a flash of it before you you take 3 points of psychic damage as you feel the energy cast back towards you, almost like a shared experience from this creature.
2 psychic attacks. Now we know. Can I message Naren, please.
Yes, go ahead.
And I'm just gonna be like, don't do psychic attacks on it. It's really gross. It's really spooky. And whatever you do to it, it basically does it back to you. Don't like it, wasn't fun, don't try it. No psychic magic.
Good to know. I don't have psychic magic.
As this,
She doesn't know that.
as you
Um,
cast this as well, you see the water starting to like vibrate just a little bit on the surface. And
Love
you can
that.
see the vibrations actually as well. I will. Yeah, okay, so these vibrations are happening like roughly around this area.
Ooh.
Hey guys, you want to know something?
Mm.
The spell message. I don't know if we've been doing it this way anyway, but like apparently you can you can whisper to someone and they can reply with a whisper that only you can hear.
Can they?
Because
Really?
yeah, I read it. It's
Oh,
a
shit.
2014 one. Yeah, it says
Oh, it's
you
the
point your
new-
finger.
yeah.
No, it's a 2014 one, not the new one. You point your
Oh.
finger toward a creature
5e
within
version.
range. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
Is that so you have
Okay.
to be pointing for them to be able to reply?
So it says you point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
We've been using that spell wrong this whole time.
We've been using it spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, oh no, we have to have 2 people with message. And it's like, nope.
Love that.
Sure.
Good to know.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Go
Great.
off that ruling now then. I
Stunning.
guess you
I
can
know, right?
reply.
I was
Love that.
like, oh, I might message this creature. And I was just like, the creature can message back if it wants. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Good to know.
terrible plan.
Yeah.
Terrible plan. Don't do
I'm-
that.
I'm still thinking of doing it
Um,
though.
TJ, do I
Yes.
need to take any sanity?
No.
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 Oh.
Not yet.
You're a
We'll
brave
just-
girl.
Apparently I'm fine with looking at the gaping maw of a horrible sea creature that's
Yeah, it's
trying
fine.
to eat me through my own mind. That's fine.
It ain't real. It's fine.
I guess I've seen worse.
Hmm.
Okay, well, I think then that is my go done. I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay. With
1 second. Yeah, no, I can't.
with that then, Naren, it's your go.
Cool. I would like to point towards Bubbles
Mhm.
and talk to it in Abyssal.
Okay.
And ask, would you mind causing a ruckus on this sailor's ship in order to persuade the guards away from the bigger ship? Would you kindly?
As you cast this message into its head, where are you pointing specifically?
Towards where the bubbles were, like where we saw
It was
that
quite
happening.
quite a large radius, so if you want to pick a point in that radius.
1 second,
So
let me
it was this radius that it was happening in.
Okay, so if you hold that for me for a second, I just.
Oh, hang on.
In that case, I will cast it here.
Okay.
That's as far as I can get.
So you cast this message, and almost immediately you get a reply. You just hear. And you hear a voice in your head, a familiar voice, a feminine voice, say, "It's okay. It's okay." And you feel yourself vibrating just slightly. And you hear her say, "We're not going to hurt you. We're safe. Tell him that we're safe." As you hear, and it just dissipates.
Okay. Tell him that we're safe. Who's him? I'm just gonna guess it's the fisherman.
Fisherman is safe.
Yep, the fisherman is safe. Apparently, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll turn back to that fisherman that I was talking to a moment ago and be like, oh, would you say that the waters are pretty good today for fishing? It looks pretty good out there. I think it's probably the best moment for it.
I suppose so. I mean, we were gonna head out soon anyway. We were just finishing packing up, and we're gonna start heading out soon. Why? Why is that? If you're not experienced on the sea, are you? Or...
Well, as I said, I'm learning, so it just
Right.
from sight and from what I've talked to about people, it just seems like it's pretty good waters right now.
You got a pretty keen eye.
I could
I'm
be
gonna
wrong, but
You've got a pretty keen eye. I'm gonna wait for the waves to die down just a little bit. But we're heading out anyway. But thanks for the heads up.
okay. Can I help you load?
Sure.
At all,
Yeah.
or-
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah.
Sure. And you start
Cool.
like helping this fisherman load up.
Yeah.
Is that your turn?
I guess so. I don't really know because now I'm scared to attack this creature because I'm like, seems like it's chill with me, and I don't really know what's going on.
After your turn,
I'm conflicted.
you see rumbling coming from near the fisherman's boat that you can see. The
Mm.
jetty that you're on, you just see vibrating and bubbling, and suddenly you
And
just see.
Since I'm not privy to the ship, I'm actually on the jetty, passing
Yeah,
stuff over to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool,
you
cool.
see a massive tentacle just skyrocket out of the water, and you just see it sort of like writhing and almost like it's looking for something until you see it curl, and it's going to go straight for you, Naren, having messaged it, and it knows where you are. Okay, so we are now officially in combat.
Ooh.
So that is a 15 to hit.
Nope.
No. Okay, so you see this massive tentacle when just go towards you, and it slams down on the jetty, and you see the jetty just and just crack and crumble. The jetty is now separated from the dock. You just see it splintered. So between you and the dock, there's about 5 feet where the jetty is just broken. You and Garina are stuck on the same side, but it is cast aside from the dock itself. And you see the fisherman just like hold on to the boat, and you start seeing them strap things down, and he goes, I suppose we better get out of here. And he sort of starts to like get his boat ready to make sure that it's safe. And you don't understand what you said to it because you didn't understand what it said to you. And it seems like whatever entity is living inside your head was speaking directly to it. You also see from this side another huge tentacle come, and another one at the end of the boat just skyrocket, and it pierces bits of the ship and breaks bits of the wood, and you just see them writhing in the air. We're officially in combat. It's Boris's go now.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
That's what we
After
wanted.
after the old mama
Yeah.
jokes and Naren speaking to it.
I was being cooperative.
Mhm.
Me and Boris were just egging it on. We just wanted it angy.
You can't see.
If you can't take the joke, don't join the fight. You know.
From what you can see at the moment, you can't see where the main body of this creature may be, but you can just see the tentacles sort of in the air. They're about 10 foot long in the air. Just.
There is many.
Mhm.
And that's a problem. Okay, so Boris, what is Boris doing?
What is Boris doing?
What's Boris doing? What is my sweet little bird doing? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. My brain
very
is
Angry
is
little octopus.
angry little octopus. My brain is literally looking at this list of spells, being like, not a clue, which isn't great. Okay. I mean,
I'm still tavern dancing.
okay.
Nice.
Purely because I think this would be funny. He's gonna try and feathered frenzy it.
Okay.
Gonna try and make a spectral spinning halo of feathers around the target.
Okay.
So you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. What's the DC? It rolled
The
wisdom
DC is
save, yeah?
14.
It rolled a 10. It's going to use its legendary resistance to resist it.
Okay.
Actually, is this a charm spell? I can't remember what I wrote.
Not so much a charm spell as the target is compelled to attack its nearest ally on its next turn. If an ally is not within melee range, the target must make a ranged attack against them instead. The spell ends once the target has used its action to attack an ally. While under the spell, targets do not get a reaction until the spell ends.
Okay. I'm going to it's going to use a
So
legendary
it's
resistance
not
to
so much a charm
yeah,
as
it's
it is
just compelling
like,
to attack.
yeah.
In that case, Bubbles is going to use a legendary resistance to pass that.
Well, I'm glad we got rid of one of those though.
Yeah.
That's handy. Okay. Boris is gonna see his spectral feathers get dispelled, and he'll be like, "What the hell?" He's like, "That's one of my good ones, honestly." He's gonna get very, very angry about it.
Hey, man.
And he is going to move himself onto one of the masts of
Okay.
the big ship.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit in the crow's nest essentially of the big ship.
Okay.
Um
Nice. Is that Boris's go?
and essentially he's just gonna taunt the tentacles. He's like, "Come on then, big fella, come get me."
Okay.
Obviously in duck though.
In duck.
In duck, in normal Boris talk.
Okay, so it's going to so with Boris's go, it's now Bubbles' go.
Yeah.
This tentacle here is going to extend and it's going to make an attack against Boris for its first tentacle attack. Let's have a look. That is a 23 to hit.
Definitely hitting.
And Boris takes maths 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and he is also considered grappled as this tentacle just grabs him and wraps itself around Boris's neck and starts to tighten. It is going to its second tentacle attack. It's going to attack Naren again because it knows where Naren is, and it's the only other target at the moment that it's become aware of. So it's going to make an attack against Naren. Ooh. That's a 12 to hit.
No.
Which doesn't hit. You sort of again, it starts just smashing into the jetty, and the space that you have is getting less and less. You're having to back up until you're at the edge of the jetty almost. You can see this whole bit of the jetty is now destroyed. And it's getting more and more chipped away, and it's almost just starting to sway as it's being disconnected from the dock. Then it is going to what's Bubbles gonna do?
I was gonna do.
Gonna do.
Bubbles is going to use his final attack to do consume memories. I need Boris to make an intelligence save as the tentacle
Memories.
as the tentacle grabs Boris, it yanks him from the crow's nest, and you just see him drags him into the water, and you see the tentacle reappear over here with Boris in tow.
Oh no.
And suddenly you start to see a large dome of water start to dissipate, and you see a creature start to move out of this space
Oh,
as you see the jaw
fantastic.
and the eyes. You see it brings Boris right up to one of its glowing, gaunt eyes, and it's going to cast
Good.
consume memory. So I need an intelligence save from Boris, please.
You need an intelligence save, not a wisdom
No,
save.
just intelligence.
Okay. Intelligence. I really wish it was wisdom, mate. Well, that is 17.
17. 17 just
17.
passes. As you you still take half damage. That's
Okay.
so you take 5 points. So Boris takes 5 points of psychic damage, and you see it sort of like looking, peering into Boris's eyes, and Boris's eyes just sort of like go black for a second as he sort of pushes his mind through it, and you see the creature start writhing in the harbor, getting angrier and angrier. And you see ships starting to sway and the water be displaced, but he managed to save. That is Bubbles' go. Garina, you're up next. As you see this creature emerge from the dock and just start to like bring Boris closer to it.
Arena dry heaves initially.
Obviously.
Obviously. Can she reach this tentacle?
Ooh.
Like here?
If you go onto the boat, so that bit of the jetty's destroyed now. So what I will
Okay,
do,
so if I go here, but it would
Yeah, if
technically,
you-
I guess, be here.
yeah, so if you go onto the boat,
Oh, I can't get out.
so if you
Stuck. Oh, there we go.
so if you go
There we
there,
go.
you're within range of the tentacle from there, because it's quite a large, like the diameter of this is huge. I am just going to just draw. So this part of the jetty is now destroyed.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So yeah, you can reach that tentacle.
I love
Bingo.
the scribble.
Done now.
D&D on a budget.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a swing.
Okay.
Before I do it, I'm gonna kind of say to the periphery, well, let's see if this is the thing that's talking to us. Basically, like, you ready?
Thank you. Ready and go.
Okay.
Right. So first one to hit. Oh, is a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Is it magic?
Technically not. No. This
Okay,
creature
cool.
considered
In which
magic.
case, that's fine. So I need to roll. Let's roll for damage first.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is a 5
5 total.
plus. No, not yet.
Oh.
5 plus. Oh, thank God for that. 8. So 13.
How much
on
of
the
that
first
is
hit.
necrotic damage?
8.
8. Okay, so that'll be reduced to 4. So you got 5, so 9. So that'll be.
Okay, so do you want me to half the necrotic when I'm hitting this
Yeah,
thing?
if you could. So as you
Okay.
slash against it, you see the tentacle just sort of writhing, and that necrotic energy that pulses into it, you see it just dissipate, and almost as if it like inhales it through its like
Okay.
tentacles.
Okay, and then I'll go again.
Okay.
For a 23 to hit,
23 hits.
which will do. Oh, stop jumping. 14 plus, which is halved, so 18.
18. You see the tentacle just the gash that you carve into it, it just sort of starts writhing, and you see it suck itself under the water. And as far as you can tell,
Babbage.
it's been defeated.
Ooh.
Can I check in with the blade? The blade? Yeah, the gem.
Yeah.
Just to be like, how was that for you?
Exhilarating. More.
Oh, cool. Let's go again then. And
As
she'll jump
you've-
back off the boat.
Nice. Okay, is that your go?
I don't think I could. Can I make this jump?
It's gonna be a roll, but you can try if you want to.
It's 10 foot.
It's a 10-foot jump, so it's gonna.
How
be
am
a
I
high
getting
DC.
off?
You
How am I
ask now
getting here
really
unless I
nicely.
No.
Oh, you roll.
You roll.
Uh,
You do the D&D thing.
what would I roll?
This would be an athletics check.
Well, she's pretty athletic. She'll give it a go.
Or no, sorry, an acrobatics actually, because it's jumping
Mm,
across.
She's not as acrobatic, but I'll
If
give
you
it a
wanted
go.
to risk it, it'll be an acrobatics. It's a fairly high DC because you are small and it's 10
It's
feet.
a 6.
Yeah. As you
Oh,
start
no.
to
It'd be an athletics
join
check.
yourself up.
I
Huh?
can't swim.
It'd
I
be
mean,
an
regardless,
athletics
if
check.
it's athletics, I've gone from a 6 to an 8. That's it. So
Oh.
Okay. Not much
Yeah.
difference then.
I can't swim.
As you like run up, you sort of jump. You get about 4 feet, and then you just into the water. And as you like hit the water, you just feel the water warming and vibrating around you.
I'm in. I'm
So
in the
you
water.
are in the water. I'll put you there. Actually, I'll put you there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay, so with Garina's go, it's going to use one legendary action to throw its this tentacle here, sucks itself under the water, and appears here. And it's going to attempt to grab you, Garina, out of the water.
Yeah.
As it
It's lending a hand.
does. Okay, so that is a 16 to hit.
Yes.
As it sort of like you see it, and it when just latches onto you. You take. It's not too bad. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as it plummets you into the water, and it's grappled you, and it brings you out of the water, and you are now about 10 foot in the air as it's just
Put me
hanging
down.
you there, just grabbing you.
Okay.
That's its legendary action. 84, it's your go.
Okay, I'm guessing there's like crowds now. Like
Yeah, so you
moving
see
away
like
from the dockyard.
a lot of people just
the
sort of
doors are
look
open.
and start looking like as if like they're not in a panic, they're still smiling, and they're sort of like giggling every time something like hurts something. And you see the chosen few just looking off. And you just crowds of people just start to like wander up to the edge. Some of them are running away, some of them are starting to just sort of like act strangely and start praying on their knees as well.
Okay. Is it safe for me to assume that I could move throughout these crowds
I'd say so.
without really having much, like, many people noticing me?
I'd probably say at this point, with Bubbles exposed as he is, I'd say yes.
Okay,
a lot of
sweet.
people's attention are entirely on the creature that has come
Actually,
out
I
of the
need to
water.
check. I need to check that. Okay, cool. Then yeah, she's going to move over towards the crane,
Mhm.
and she's essentially like, how like. So obviously on the map, it's sort of like a big square with an arm coming out.
Yeah.
Is there actually a big square, or can she like duck under a section of the crane or something?
So it is elevated off the ground from about a foot or
Okay.
two, and it's like
cool.
it looks like it's on like concrete blocks, and it's a
Okay.
it's a square base, and the mechanism of the crane
Cool.
itself is like circular with that arm reaching out.
Okay, cool. Then she's gonna sort of duck underneath the crane a little bit to
Mhm.
keep herself hidden.
Okay.
And she's going to message Scooter,
Okay.
and she's just going to be like, the chaos is starting. If you guys want to start moving towards the ship, that would be great.
You hear him.
And she's like, also, I hope you're acrobatic enough, because I think we might have to go across the crane.
You hear him reply, and he goes, "Oh right. Okay. Let's move." And you look over from like your hiding position, and you start to see 5 kids moving like through the crowds and just like darting through. But their movements are incremental depending on like
Yep.
their turn and stuff like that. So
That's fine.
so they have entered the fray. Cool.
Then 84, seeing that Boris has obviously been attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think he might be too far away from me now. He's not. Haha, excellent. I'm going to perform a healing word to
Okay.
Boris. And the healing word is like, did you have to piss it off that much? And
As you hear
so,
like from like you hear very quietly just off in the distance as he's being like writhed around in the air, you just hear, "I'm sorry, I thought it would work better than this."
amazing. So I'm gonna perform it at 2nd level.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll 2d4
Okie dokie.
for him, to give him some health back. And so that is a 3 and a 4. So he is getting back 7 points, 7 hit
Ooh,
points.
lovely.
So hooray.
We will.
And so I will then say that's her go.
Okay, dokie.
Because she's just gonna use her cunning action to remain hidden. So
Okay, cool. This on after your go, Bubbles is going to use another legendary action, and he is going to summon another one of his tentacles as it comes up, seemingly focused entirely on this like area of the dock itself. It's Naren's go.
Is Garina being held by the tentacle?
Yeah, she's 10 foot in the air, in like
10
off of
foot
the
in the
jet. Yeah,
air.
yeah. She's like being
yeah.
hung by the tentacle, like
Jesus
by
Christ.
her feet.
And so's Boris.
Woo!
And so is Boris.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh god.
Actually, it's going to use nah. Carry on.
Okay.
don't like that.
Sorry.
Oh god. Choices.
How much longer have you got, by the way, Chloe? I didn't want to go too long.
Matt, how long left of this? 5 minutes, then penalties.
Okay. We'll go for a little bit longer. And then
Um,
we'll have Naren's go, and then we'll call it.
We'll see how it
Oh,
goes.
what? Gotta get the ship. Oh god, there's
It's
so many
always- it's-
options.
Yeah.
Because I could. Here's the thing. I'm tempted just to Eldritch Blast those guys because I'm like, we need them out the way. We need them distracted, and how best to distract them to attack them. Then also, I'm thinking I should probably try and help Garina out.
That would be nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be nice to get down.
Yeah. Well,
Feels like you're asking for quite a lot.
Yeah.
I am asking for a lot.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I was planning on doing earlier, but ideally when you weren't being held by it. But I also don't think it would travel to you because it's a surface thing. I would like to cast Shocking Grasp in the water
Okay.
because also would it be salt water because it has a fucking kraken octopus thing in it? Is this
You're
considered
unaware.
salt water?
You're unaware of what kind of creature this is, and you're unaware of the inhabitants is. But
Okay.
if you're going to cast Shocking Grasp in the water, I'm going to say it'll do double the damage whatever you roll, because you're
Oh,
casting
nice.
electricity in the water.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Yeah, nice. Cool.
And with this, because it's like,
yeah.
hmm,
I already
My
checked
brain-
if how it would spread, and
Yeah.
it would spread far enough to it.
that's the thing. My brain,
Even
how
if
my
it's not
brain is
salt
working
water.
is if you don't meet the AC of this creature, I'll say do half
Hmm.
damage, but if you do double
Okay.
damage. Because
Oh,
it wouldn't make
fuck.
sense to not hurt it if it's in the water. You're casting it on the water
Hmm.
itself, so you're gonna, yeah.
Alright.
It just depends just how much damage you do at this point.
Yeah. Alright. I got brain work.
Math.
25.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage and double it.
Cool. Brain. Okay, so there's 24 points damage.
Is that doubled? Is it
That is doubled because it was
Okay.
12 I rolled in total.
24? So that's okay. Lovely. As you put your hand just off the edge of the jetty, and you ignite the water. You just see everyone. You all see the water just glow in this like huge blue hue as you just hear the crackling of electricity course through, and you see the creature that has emerged from this harbor start to writhe, and just you see it like seize up almost, in the tentacles that were fluid and now and they seem to be struggling just a little bit, and it hurts. I'm going to roll to see if this was enough to drop either Garina or Boris. I'm going to roll 2 rolls.
Nice.
So first for Garina.
Um,
and then
I was
for
about
Boris.
to say, can Boris and Garina do a reaction to the fact that the tentacles are like
freaking out.
retracting to see whether they can
With
break
the
out?
with the rolls that just happened, there's no need. Actually, it's a strength roll. Yeah, Garina and Boris, roll me a dexterity save for me.
Dexterity save. Okay.
So Garina, you've got to beat a 12.
I rolled a
and-
3.
Oh, dude.
Boris has got to beat a 9.
17.
Okay, so Boris manages to sort of like wiggle free, and
Nice.
Garina, you manage to sort of like get free just a little bit, but you feel the tentacle almost like restrict you as it's being electrocuted, and it like seizes up, so it keeps you there. So Boris is being dropped into the ocean at the moment. I'm going to say because he uses reaction
Cool.
to wiggle out, he just plummets into the sea, into the water, so he's just sitting on top of the water at the moment.
I think he's a duck and he floats.
yeah.
Yeah. Is that your
TJ?
go? Yeah.
Just so you know that Bubbles cannot take a reaction until the start of his next turn.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
However, can take legendary actions. So
Yeah.
is that your go?
Yeah, I've got nothing else. I've got no bonus unless I Misty Step somewhere.
Okay.
Ooh.
You could Misty Step somewhere.
That's very true, because he's attacking me.
He is attacking you, and you are currently on a pier that has no way off.
Yeah. Also, I'm worried about Garina, though.
Yeah. Also, quick question, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if the guy in the robes have had a go.
They seemingly haven't moved yet. You see
Oh,
them like
okay,
they're
they're just not
fairly
moving.
calm, and they seem like fairly distracted in terms of like they're looking at bubbles and everything that's happening, but they don't seem to really give a lot of reaction as opposed to like everyone else that's looking on at this.
Okay.
They seem
Yeah,
to
fuck
sort of
it.
like be fairly stoic at this point.
Mm.
What you doing?
I would like to. Wait, here's a bonus action, right? Yeah, bonus action. I would like to go ahead and Misty Step. This is why I have Misty Step. Yep, Misty Step
Nice.
over to here.
Okay, cool.
Actually, no, over to here, so I'm not next to the guy.
Yeah.
Just in case he's
Fair. Makes sense.
such a waste of a spell.
I mean, you got off the J.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
but
also, you didn't have to use it.
I didn't have to use it, but also it is best to get away from the jetty, and also probably best to try and annoy these guards a little bit.
Yeah.
With that go, before we end it, it is going to use its legendary action to use Consume Memories on Garina. Garina, I need you to roll an intelligence save for me, as you are the only one
If you
grappled
could
currently.
take away the memories of my ex, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm making an intelligence saving throw.
Yes, intelligence save.
Oh, it is a nat 20.
And now you.
Woo!
Oh,
That's the
You're not gonna get
perfect
to use
moment to
this
get
ability,
one.
Yeah.
I've
okay, so
I
you
haven't rolled anything crit today.
No, you haven't.
And of course, it's
It's
when my memories are threatened.
It's when you need it. You take 7 points
Yeah.
of psychic damage as you feel it start to like
Okay.
peer into your mind. And you feel it trying to pull something from you. You feel your physical self being like pulled, but your mind manages to stay put. And it regains a little bit of health. Hey,
Little bit
nice.
of health.
7 points of health.
Rude.
Cool.
But somehow, my mind is strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it draws you in, it sort of like turns your body towards the main body of this creature as you sort of feel yourself being drawn and you shake it off a little bit. But you take that psychic damage, which rattles your brain. And that is where we're going to end the session.
No.
And next week
Just in
you're going
time
to
for
have the help of
penalties.
Jam.
Yeah, that would be good.
So,
Yeah, we need help.
So
Do we?
Yeah.
I think we're doing all right.
We're not doing bad.
Yeah, I thought we
Yeah,
were
I was
doing
about
okay.
to say we're not doing awfully. Yeah, I'm like, the sooner we can get the kids on this fucking ship, they can get what they want and get out,
Yeah.
the better. Because
Mhm.
then we can just run away
Yeah.
from the problem.
Yeah.
We can
Mhm.
create the problem
Yeah.
and then fuck off.
Yeah.
Sorry for anchoring your octopus. Bye.
Sorry.
Bye.